Good morning, everybody. All right, so I'm in beautiful Cora this morning. Beautiful, beautiful Cora. Look out for my video in collaboration with Lyndon Baptiste. We went for a really, really nice walk this morning. We were able to accomplish 5.2 kilometers and we taped the majority of the walk. Lots of interesting conversation. So I'm looking forward to hearing your comments. We left a lot of content in there that you could comment on. So we're looking forward to hearing your comments. Kavita, good morning. And I don't have my glasses, guys, but as I told you all yesterday in my video, things is improving with me rapidly, and apparently I'm getting back my full sight travel. Ari, good morning to you. It's been a long time, and I know you have been looking forward to meeting up with this awesome chat group. And Florence Kalicha ran, good morning. Good morning. So I had no intentions of going live this morning, but Lyndon said, hey, come on, man, give the people a live this morning. Salif, how you going, brother? Hope all is well. Thanks for all the support. I see you always catching them first in the house. Me too. Good morning to you. Good morning to Shami. You two beautiful children. And the next name is something sing. Good morning from Atlanta. Good morning, good morning. All right, so the sun is a bit in my eyes. I'm not wearing my glasses. Lyndon said that he will help me do the reading. All right, is it Leon Briggs? Good morning. Natasha Villafana, how you going? So big up to all the Trinis living up in Canada. Good morning, Natasha, how you going? Hope all is well with you. All right, so it's Narad Singh, right? Narad Singh, good morning to you. And Leon Briggs. Hema, good morning, blessings. Cherry Ann, good morning. Imtaz Khan, good morning. And good morning to Maureen. Imtaz, when I tell you, boy, that Lotus, it working, boy. It real working. It working nice. We have lots of fun with it, as you could see. And Fancy Feast, good morning to you. Love and blessings to all. And here's McGill, Candace Mahis. Big up to the Mahis family. Candace, her husband, her children, all the beautiful people down in Barapo. And here is Sheridan. How are you doing? Hope all is well with you. So big up to all the people in New Jersey. Kempton, how are you going, my brother? And how is Nirmala? All right, nice. So we've seen some familiar faces in the house. And Kavita is communicating there with Florence. Florence, how are you from Kavita? Vashti and Avril, how are you all doing? I am so happy, so ecstatic to see you all. And I am back on track, guys. Did our nice walk about 3-4 days ago. And this morning, I purpose it in my heart. I jump on my bike at around 10 past 5. And by 17 minutes past 5, I was up here in Cora. Lyndon and I went for a beautiful walk, and I'm so happy that I have 6,500 steps in. So by the time I'm finished today, I am going to most likely be on about 10,000, which is awesome. Maureen Khan, how are you going? Maureen, I want to say thanks again for the Lotus stove. I was just telling Imtaz, it working nice. It cooking up a storm. We have real fun in the back. Most of the cooking taking place in the back now, guys. All right, so Sherry Ann, good morning. Child as I am. Yes. Okay, nice. And here is Anup. Anup, good morning. Good morning. Becky and Lawrence, good morning. I am good, bro. And Nirmala is good. I'm happy to hear that. Lynn Mahadio, good morning. And Lorraine. Okay, Lucian, good morning, good morning. Gail M, good morning. How are you doing? Aluchoka, how are you going, brother? Everything cool? Nice. So Lyndon hopefully will join me shortly. Now, guys, I went and take my exercise this morning. But it have a doubles, man, down on El Dorado Junction. I had a doubles there when I was coming up to go and do the vlog up in Cora, right? There's a doubles man there. I really enjoy his doubles. I do my exercise, but I am not cutting out the foods that I like. I just doing it in moderation. Instead of eating 2 doubles, I started off with give me a triples. At least I'll go 1 barra and a drinking water. All right. So that's how I wanna embark back. I walked religiously for 3 months, religiously. I was watching my diet intake. I was able to throw off a good bit of pounds. And the good thing is that I am not back to where I started. I still have a little advantage of 5 pounds that I haven't gained. So I just want to continue on this regime. I'll tell you something, walking really makes you feel fantastic. All right. So if you could at least start some walking, don't worry to tweak your diet and things as yet. At least just get moving. So we walked approximately for about 1 hour this morning. We were able to accomplish 5.2 kilometers. We had a wonderful conversation. As soon as I get home, I am going to be taking the information from the GoPro, transferring it to my phone, and hopefully by lunchtime, I will have a video up for you guys. Really, really nice video. And you'll tell me what you think. For example, I may be coming up here sometime again, right? I may be coming up sometime again. And I want to know if you're going to get bored if it is I keep doing these walks and taping it. What is going to change is the conversations. What is going to change is the people that we may encounter on the walk. So content is always changing in terms of conversations, the people that we meet, for example. But the walking, the scenery is not going to change. So if you're not going to get tired of that, because I don't want to bore my audience. So y'all will let me know in the comments as to if you're looking forward to such a video again, where Lyndon and I will be engaging. You know how we have a nice chemistry between us, all right? It have a lot of jokes in this video coming up, all right? A lot of jokes, but I don't want to give any spoilers. So guys, please in the comments, let me know. Let me also announce that I have already set a live for Sunday coming. Sunday is going to be Mother's Day, and I definitely will like to see y'all all in the chat, including the fathers, including the single people. So let's congregate on Sunday and have a wonderful time together. All right. And thank you for that compliment, Lucian. All right. Says that I'm doing fabulous, and I applaud my feet, and I take it with great appreciation. Deborah Leefook, how are you doing? All right. And good morning also to your husband, Anton. And I'm saying a special good morning to my beautiful girls, Sydney, Sadie, and Suri. I am right up here in the back of y'all. All right. And I hope that y'all have a wonderful day today. And whenever you see this video, you will know that I was acknowledging y'all. All right. Kimberly and the girls are inside having a beautiful breakfast. And she prepared something for Lyndon and myself. And we will be eating it in a little while. Just engaging here a bit with y'all, and then we'll continue. So we have 50 people in the house, 11 people hit the like button. Guys, remember, it is important. It is an imperative. It is important. Please hit the like buttons, right? Hit the like button. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. You don't know when I may be going live. You don't want to miss it. I have recently seen a very, very significant increase in the amount of views that I'm getting on the channel. So to the 3,000 people that I really don't know where all it come from all of a sudden, but I want to thank you all very, very much. I do appreciate your support, and it just gives me the encouragement to bring out more content. Guys, if I make 5 videos in a day, I am so anxious to post it. Creating videos for me, it's not a difficult thing. I am always in character. I present myself as who I am. So I could pull out my camera at any moment and I could do a video. Whether I'm in a solo mode, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So I could bring you guys lots and lots of content. Marilyn Abraham, how are you doing? Lita Sana, and to all. All right, so Maureen, have a wonderful day. Sandra, how are you doing, my dear? And hugs and blessings to you also, Deborah Lee Fook. Gail M, good morning to Sandra, sending love. So, once again, I want to thank everybody for the continuous support that is outpouring, the love. I am loving reading all your comments. I've been trying to keep up with doing some replies, making sure that the hearts and thumbs up. All right, so I do appreciate it a lot. I see a lot of people also sometimes respond to people comments. Keep up the good work. All right. Remember, guys, stay on a positive note. Not every comment that disturbs you, you don't have to respond to that. Silence is golden. So, just a little tip for those who may be watching: silence is golden. Right? It's golden. You don't have to let out your thoughts. Your thoughts are to be guarded. From the time we open our mouth and we speak, we are letting people into our minds. Remember that. And that's why Marcocious people like to ask a lot of questions, because they want to stay you down a particular road where you will make a slip. So remember, guard your tongue. It's a little member, but it's very dangerous. It's the gateway for people to get into your mind. Your mind is yours, and my mind is mine. Remember that. Who you choose to share your mind with is your prerogative. So when anything happens, there is nobody else to blame but yourself. Guys, if you are low in confidence, I urge you this morning, start taking care of yourselves. Tell yourself that, hey, I'm a wonderful person, I'm a beautiful person. You may have gone through a lot of experiences that would have degraded your self-esteem, but you need to get it back. And if you never had it, then you have to create it. You have to create it. You must work on yourself. You must work on yourself. People that have low self-esteems, especially people that have suffered abuse, children that are bullied at school, people that have been suffering parent alienation, these children of parents like that, they're going to grow up with very low self-esteem, lacking a lot of confidence. So if you know anyone that is going through that kind of thing, have some compassion, have some sympathy. Guys, I will also like to urge people that not everyone is made up. Not everybody is made up the same way. I thank God that I have a great support system. It's not an easy thing when somebody has had a terrible experience and people take that experience to further degrade that person. For example, many people that would have gone in to institutions such as St. Anne's or maybe a rehab or that kind of thing, they may go receive their treatment, and when they come outside here and they get into any arguments, maybe in the neighborhood, maybe in their home, and people use these things to throw in their face, hey, use a drunkard boy, they put you in rehab, or use a coke man boy, you go in any, or but use a madman, you know. Not everybody could take that kind of thing. And I have been observing and seeing that people are just free with their tongue. We have seen it here if you go through the comment section, right? There are individuals that attack me, they call me madman, the naughty professor, whatever. But let me tell you something. The good thing is that I could take it. But could you imagine people that are not strong-minded and have to face that kind of thing? Do you know how damaging that is to that person? Do you know what you are doing to that individual? It's not a nice thing. I could tell you that, yes, I could deal with it, right? But of course, immediately upon hearing about it, at least a couple months ago, I will be like, wow, that really hurt. And these people continuously show to us here on the channel, in the comment section, they continually show to us exactly what I am trying to achieve: the destigmatizing of mental health. The destigmatizing of mental health. And we have in the comment section, and you could go and look through it, where people are a perfect example of what I am speaking about. Repeatedly coming, attacking, calling me names, talking about things where I don't know where they're getting the information from, but they are the perfect example of what somebody with mental health issues have to go through. Thank the Lord, I am not deemed that. However, I feel the pain for people that are not mentally strong to stand up against these forces. And that is what we are here to fight against. We are not to take people's situations and, due to us wanting to become even or get back or have revenge, use something such as mental health or personal issues to be able to try to damage a person's self-esteem. People are working very hard as to regaining who they are and finding themselves. But I thank the Lord that nobody ain't going to steal my joy. And I urge you also, do not let anyone steal your joy either. You have to be strong. You have to be resilient. Somebody must not make a remark against you, or maybe 4 or 5 people congregate and laughing and calling you names. You cannot allow, do not allow that to bring you down, guys. Do not allow that. You are working hard on becoming who you want to be. These are just distractions by the devil to shake you. You're getting too strong. You are getting too strong, right? Do not give anybody that privilege. You keep pressing on, persevering, fighting up with your struggles. Whether you're fighting up with a cocaine addiction, with a meth, with a marijuana, with alcohol, with cigarettes, a bad marriage, a bad parent to child relationship, whatever it is, you just keep going forward. All right? I never really understand the true addiction to a drug. I used marijuana for approximately 2 years, right? I was using it as a coping mechanism. So to say that I was addicted to marijuana, I don't understand the addiction of marijuana. Actually, I never really liked marijuana. I never liked marijuana, to be honest with you. Actually, when people smoking marijuana now, I don't even want to smell it, right? But I was influenced by certain people, right? And I just started to use it. But to be honest, the day I went into St. Anne's, to this time, I am not interested in marijuana. I am not interested in it. So I don't really understand the addiction, but I do understand that there are people who may be using it. They may not be able to control the effects of it and probably really want to come off of it. There are avenues you could take. You could go to Narcotics Anonymous, right? I don't attend any Narcotics Anonymous because, as I say, I am the least interested in it. I'm not against people who use it, but I am not interested in it. Marijuana is not my struggle. It isn't, right? So, guys, you just continue to be the best that you could be. That's all. That's all. On a daily basis. Always be the best that you could be. And remember that you are only in control of what is inside of your mind. You are not in control of anything else. I can't control Lyndon. I can't control Haley. We could try to guide. Or we could probably have Rosalind. How you going, my dear cousin? All right. And to other people, I don't have my glasses. All right. I came up here with the intention just to do a nice 1 hour walk, which I did accomplish. All right, Rosalind, maybe you could join me one day and we could come up here and take a nice early morning walk. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. So, as I say, guys, um, I don't have my glasses, so I just freestyling around whatever I can see. Right, so it's really challenging. Is it Chetty? Hello, how are you doing? Marciel, how are you doing? How is Ken? Marciel, it was really a pleasure having you visit us. Thanks again for everything, and I really, you're a sister to me, right? You're a sister to me. All right. Oh boy, I really wish that I had my glasses. I really wish that I had it. Anyway, I'm sure you're glad for the live regardless of what, right? Loki edits, good morning. Sandra, good morning. Dolly Mollet, how are you doing? How's Rachel doing? All right, so Peggy, greetings. All right, so here's what. For those of you who may now be coming in on Sunday, the 12th, which is Mother's Day, I have already set a live. I believe that you could go into the chat, right? I believe you could go into the chat and you could leave comments. So what you could do is every now and again, you could go in there, check it out. Maybe you might be able to heal out somebody, right? I am hoping to see as many people as possible, right? As many, yes, Sita. People will try to break you, but we must not allow that, right? So please, everybody that is locked on here, if you could share the live or just let people know, hey, listen, we're going to have a live on Sunday, carded for 7 p.m. It's going to be great. I hope that we can see at least 200 persons locked in on this live. All right. Is it Clotty, South Africa, Sana? Speak your heart out. God bless you and your family. All right, so we have South Africa in the in the house. I want to say Sharon M. Good morning. So let me call a couple of countries because I was going through my analytics last night. I want to big up all the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much for your support. I want to thank all the people of the United States of America. All the states. There are people from New Jersey, Tennessee, Florida, New York. Big up to all the people in Long Island. My friend Gina. Right. Canada. Europe. South Africa. The Philippines. Guyana. Grenada. Barbados. These are the outstanding countries that is locked on to the channel. So also to all my Caribbean islands, if you're locked onto this channel, thank you very much. Help us share the word. Help us to share the word about this channel. Guys, this channel, because of its realness, because of its authenticity, right? The great conversations that the interactions that we have with people that we meet, right? The honesty that we try to always possess. This channel is going to reach extremely far. And I am not speaking from a prideful point of view, but I'm speaking from what my gut is telling me. This channel, especially with your help, it's going to reach a very long distance. It is. It's going to reach really far in the future. This channel has 6,000 subscribers to this day. It's exactly 1 year old. 6,000 subscribers in 1 year. That is great success. And it's going to keep growing and growing and growing. and I'm happy that we are all part of it. As I say, we still in the foundation stage. So to all the newcomers, right? Don't think that you reach too late. Definitely not. You ain't reached too late. We still in the foundation state. And I always say, I believe in 10 true people than 1,000 fake. I prefer 10 true people by my side than 1,000 claiming to be real to me, truthful. I want solid people at my side. I want true supporters. I want people who will vouch for this channel. I always say, look at the content. If you like it, then consider subscribing. What sense does it make subscribing to our channel and you really ain't watching the content and you're just hearing this ding, ding, ding? Oh gosh, here again. Just unsubscribe. Just unsubscribe. That will actually become a nuisance to you. So, to all the people that really, really supporting this channel, I thank you very much. Yes, Michael Zambrano, morning. Positive thoughts equal positive energy. Negative thoughts equal negative energy. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Be the driver in this life, not the passenger. All right, so big up to my boy Michael Zambrano, who has been here with us from inception. Big up to all the moderators, the commenters, silent viewers, people who may be bedridden. All right, so yes, Peggy. So we will get in some gardening videos. Trying to see if I could mix it up a little bit. Hit them a little cooking video, bit of human interest, interaction videos. Now we have a little walking taking place. I am really looking seriously into seeing what I could do concerning this little issue here in Quora. It is disturbing. It is disturbing. I have been ignoring it for a long time. I never addressed it actually. I never addressed it. I have villagers that have approached me and said, listen, we need some assistance with your channel. All right. I never wanted to get into it. I wanted to show people the beauty of the island. And that's why I always keep my camera at a certain height where you all could enjoy it. But there comes a time. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. People are advertising Quora through vlogs, through media, Facebook pictures, WhatsApp videos, showing the great time they're having. But nobody is really focusing on what a horrid mess the place is left in. And it is so unfair to the forestry division that religiously, every day, Monday to Friday, that they have to just face this, what's the word, demeanor? No, not demeanor, right? They have to keep facing this situation over and over again. It's relentless. It's never ending. It's like a recurring decimal. And when will it stop? When will it stop? Good morning, Anna. Anna, come. I want you to really do me a little favor this morning. Come down. All right, so these girls are ready and bye. Bye-bye. I want you to do something for me. Okay? When you go to school today, I want you to tell Suri that Daddy sent a kiss for you. I know you're not allowed to kiss people in school. So tell Suri that I love her. All right? You'll do that for me?
Okay, but only she's there.
She is there. She's going to be there. She's going to be there. I'm sure she's going to be there. Bye, Lily. Have a nice day. All right. Well, let's say bye-bye. All right. Kim Ticket, thanks very much for the breakfast. Eh?
You're welcome.
All right.
Is it ready?
No, not yet. I'll wait until you reach soon. And then, yeah. All right. Bye-bye. Thanks for everything. Yes. Maybe, is it Donna? Maybe we could organize a cleanup day. But the thing about it is, I have seen so many people. Look, Rashmi, Taste of Trini, she sent me a video clip yesterday, and she said at the 15-minute mark to look at it. She said in that little space that they were lining in, three garbage bags of stuff is what they picked up. I didn't get to look at the clip as yet. Reach me if you're locked on and listening. So good morning to your husband. Is it Kevin and Cruz, right? Little Cruz. So the thing about it is, you make a big effort. Look, my cousin Neil, Southwest Adventures, he is fighting a never-ending battle in the wetlands of Icarus. Tons of rubbish. Putting on long boots, going in when it's dry season. He can walk a little further into the swamp because it's all dried out, right? But we have to get the mindset change of the people. We have to get the mindset change of the people. And the thing about it, you know something? I think, honestly speaking, I think YouTubers is one of the strongest influencers right now in this country. Honestly speaking, because the dynamics is great. And when I say the dynamics, here's what I'm saying. If you want to watch cooking videos, you know exactly which YouTubers to go to. I'm talking about Trinidad and Tobago. You know exactly which YouTubers to go to. You're into fishing, there are YouTubers for that. You're into hunting, YouTubers for that. Cycling, motorcycle, surfing, geographic information, interviews, podcasts. Think about the fantastic team available, because there is somebody with content out there for a specific group of people, right? So imagine if this team of YouTubers were to come together and form a unified body. Trini Surfer will get to appeal to everybody that's watching his channel and who into surfing and who into beautiful coastal videos. He is going to appeal to those people. So that's one sector of people. Men who into motorcycle riding and have videos, they're going to appeal to everybody that loves motorcycle adventures. People who doing cooking videos, they are going to appeal to thousands of people because that's the highest watched videos. Ian Allen is on YouTube also. So he's going to be able to appeal to everybody that is interested in news. YouTubers. And that's another thing about it. Why doesn't the government recognize that we have a platform that could be utilized? Trinbago Outdoor Bushman, one of the YouTubers that I see is focused on rubbish, right? So it's a fantastic force to be reckoned with. You don't know how powerful it is. And we're going to get all the community support. We will get all the community supported if we get every single YouTuber involved. Jason Reaping What You Sow, Lyndon Baptiste, Shine Story. We can make a difference. Because we're going to be touching so many people. The Haley and Anna show. Imagine if these youths, we get a lot of people, children starting to watch the Haley and Anna show. Mr. Knockapot children have a children's channel show too, and they begin to speak to the little audience that they have. That may be at least 500 little children that would have gotten the exposure to hear about it's not nice to litter your country, which is going to save the future generation coming up to deal with this issue of litter in our country. Guys, you know what's the next sad thing? When people carelessly throw in rubbish along this Cora road and rain falls, right? And that rain is washing, trickling through all this rubbish. That water, through the ravines, the tributaries, it's going right back into the Cora River.
Captain Planet.
Captain Planet. Captain Planet, right? That's the thing about it. Think about how much lead. Let me talk now, man. You tell me to do our live. You tell me to do our live, and now I hear talking with the people. According to Sprangaland, but you ops. You ops just so. I talking with the people, I go into character. And you tell me, boy, I'll be talking. You tell me you're going and read comments, right? Now, I'm going to set you up a little bit.
I say Captain Planet, come and eat some.
I'm going to set you up a little bit. Right? I'm going to set you up a little bit. You want to play thing with me?
In my head, Captain Planet.
Captain Planet.
He's a hero.
Right? You see that you see that you was going and read comments? Go ahead.
How am I going to comments in the hot sun behind them?
Yeah.
Now how is this shit?
Alright, I'm going to comment.
Come and eat some food, man. Let me eat a little food and then we can talk about Captain Planet. Good morning, folks. How y'all doing? Having some
Lyndon.
yeah, tell them yes, I small drink, but tell them I don't have that. Tell them I don't have.
You saying something about you don't have it, boy? Yeah. Where am I getting you talking about? Right? Yeah, man.
So how are you doing this morning? I hope you're doing well. I have been some eggs and sardine here right now. The sardine just kind of seasoned up with some peppers. I don't have any flour. I'm going with some fruit here, some pawpaw. This is some pawpaw from Farmer Harry. I forget what he called it, but he told me he planted a new type of pawpaw right now, which is food. Yeah, go ahead now. Straight up now. Firm and sweet. The opposite of me.
You real trouble, you know. Guys.
Very tasty.
I think I'll come back and walk tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All that chain, I got you here.
No. You fix it up.
No, come on, sit down, man. Sit down next to me now, man. Wait up, man.
Wow.
It's a really nice pawpaw.
I didn't see pawpaw yet, but I had it yesterday. Real nice, boy.
So now, man, let me confer. What's it called? Conference?
Real trouble, yes, boy.
My adjustment there. Yes, man. You hear started to grow back yet?
Yeah,
You should come here so people can hear you a little better.
No.
Or this thing kind of, sorry, forgive us if the screen kind of leaning out a little bit there.
I am. Look, white chili, boy. White chili. It is delicious.
Yes, man. Special good morning to White Trini. I feel like I see White Trini in the Middle East or something recently.
You got to in Trinidad?
Oh, that's in Trinidad?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Nice, boy.
Kim, thanks. This is very tasty food. Farmer Harry, thanks for the pawpaw. That pawpaw was quietly ripened, wrapped up in some newspapers, and Kimberly cut it, and we destroy it.
I love the pepper in the sardine, boy. It's burnt pepper. Kim can real cook, boy. Hey, this thing has some good pepper in it, boy.
Yeah. I like peanut pepper. I like to cook with pepper.
You got something?
You see my hair start to get straight? What you were talking about just now with the pollution and the different people participating and sharing and the message getting out there. That's a very good suggestion. It is a bit limited though from the point of view of the people who you may have in mind is the creators, that is, right? They're constructive people.
Right.
And chances are constructive people look at constructive people.
I know you're gonna mess with me.
No.
No, I want that. We didn't be jabbing at each other.
No.
Sometimes,
Okay.
you know, I think will help me if you say
I'm being serious right now.
Lyndon, Sana. No, I'm being
Okay,
serious.
I'm being serious now.
Alright, you're being serious.
I'm being serious now.
Alright, good. Alright, let me go again.
Yeah, constructive people looking at constructive people. So yes, you will reach a portion of the population, but you're going to reach the same portion of the population that chances are they already know litter.
I hear you.
So you might have 30 or 40 content creators participating in that, but they're just reaching the same percentage. I think one of the things that has happened is
that's a real good point, boy.
Yeah, what you might have to do is kind of target at different content creators that appeal to different age groups, as you did mention the Healy and Anna show, right? But think about the parent that might put on something that Trouble make with his kids or any other YouTuber make with their kids or grandkids. It's chances are it is the parent who already abide by that rule.
Yes, I hear you, Lyndon. I hear you.
So love is an internal problem. Why are we still having problems with love? You understand? So if we can have problems with love, we gotta have problems with littering. I'm not saying you're wasting your breath.
No. I reflect now on what you're saying. And you're correct. We really may not reach any new audience. Because people who, as you see, all these YouTubers are constructive YouTubers. But it takes a certain caliber of people that will be watching that content. And it's people who already knows these or already have these values instilled. So how do we reach? How do we? Lyndon, in 1980, in the 80s, I don't know if some people might remember it here, but they came out with a serious campaign about make Charlie mad. So they had this character called Charlie, right? And boy, there were posters all over with Charlie. Charlie was even on copybox. Make Charlie mad. Charlie would have appeared to be like some kind of bacteria or fungus or whatever he was supposed to depict.
Okay.
Like a bacteria, right? And the idea is that, hey, let us starve. Let me starve. What did I say? Charlie. Let me starve Charlie. Don't feed Charlie. All you can remember that?
I only
Make
remember that the other day because Shine's story. When I met him, he mentioned that Charlie character to me. And I had a vague memory of it. So that was something like in the late 70s, going into the early 80s. That was
80s.
I can't place it exactly.
That's around the time that Eric Williams passed away. I remember that.
You have some more coffee?
No thanks.
Let me just go and drop this plate and come back. You want to take some water?
Yes, please. Thank you. Kimberly, tasting real good. Leslie Ann remember Charlie. Could you remember also that this would have been like in the early 90s? How many advertisements they had on drugs? Could you remember the one with the frying pan? This is drugs. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. And it's the egg fry up. These things have left messages. And you wonder sometimes how we have been seeing all these advertisements since young. And people still come and make a little slip up. Look at me. I never thought for that little brief moment for 2 years. I just can't believe that I get caught up with that. I can't believe that I fell into that trap. I remember I was in Standard 5, Mr. Nelson's class, Curep Andercon, and a gentleman came in to the school. He had written a book. I don't know if any of you all may have been exposed to that book also. And the book was entitled To Hell and Back. It was his actual experience where he got himself involved in drugs. It was a very easy book to read. Going through his childhood, good education, get a good job, money started coming, started enjoy life. Just enjoy it. Little drugs come into the circle, and then boom, problems start to occur. Now, relying on the drugs is as easy as that, guys, and it's straight to hell. But thank the Lord for those who were able to return. Thank the Lord for everybody that break addiction. Thank the Lord for everybody that was able to recover from mental illness. Thank the Lord for people who still have a presence of mind that whether you have a problem with being bipolar, schizophrenia, whatever it may be, that you have the presence of mind to still go to the clinic on a Tuesday religiously or go to your own private psychiatric caregiver. Get yourself your medication, your Zoloft, whatever it is. You're making sure that you're seeing about yourself. And that's the most important thing. Thank the Lord, I was not deemed with, I am not bipolar, I am not schizophrenic. I had a mood disorder due to the problems I was having at that time. And I thank the Lord today, I have not taken any medication over the last 2 years.
Like Panadol or anything?
Nah, I'm talking about like mood stabilizers, that kind of thing. Hey, let me tell you something. The worst thing, if it is you don't have a problem, if you don't have a problem and you taking those medications, boy, I tell you, the quality of your life, Lyndon, is compromised, you know.
Somebody say thank God for his mercies.
All the time. All the time. Thank God for his mercies. Do you know what it is like to be taking a mood suppressant, a mood stabilizer? Do you know what it is like? I could tell you from experience. Somebody tell a joke. It's like, okay. Somebody get vexed. Okay. No feelings.
Then range of emotion.
None, absolutely none.
But it's not kind of peaceful.
Not if you have the presence of mind to know that, hey, this is not natural. Listen, what we have to learn to control is our reaction. Somebody tell you a good joke, you should be able to laugh. Somebody does something that displeases you, what you should control is your anger. But you should be able to look at somebody and says, hey, I really didn't appreciate that what you said to me, or I didn't appreciate that what you do to me. But instead, it puts you in a zombie-like state where, boy, listen, it doesn't matter if it's a Monday, or as they say, like a Friday fall on a Monday. It does not matter to you. You're not functional.
What happens when somebody asks like your opinion on things? Does it interfere with that too? So say for instance, somebody say, simple case, hey, what do you think we should do? You think we should go to the river or to go to the beach? Or does it affect judgment calls to those things?
Anything now, you decide. And it's either two things could happen. People will understand what you're going through, or some people will advantage that. Yeah? That's what I like. I was determined. Hey, when I read about those drugs, and I went and I made my inquiry as to, hey, what does my report say? I'm not bipolar. I'm not schizophrenic. I just had a mood disorder. And I say, what? Due to substance. But I didn't have no problem. I had already stopped the substance. So if it's that substance that, together with problems in life, trigger me into that, well, I already get rid of the substance. And as you can see, I get rid of the problems too. Now it's about me, boy. I always thought it was a selfish thing to say, but now it's about me. Because if I can't fix myself, I can't help none of my children. Brandon, Zach, Sydney, Sadie, or Suri. I can't help none of them. Look, 111, boy. That's the number. New beginnings, guys. That's what 111 means. New beginnings. 999, you're coming to the end of our season. All right? You're coming to the end of our season. 555, 444, you're in the middle of it. And remember, life is a cycle. In this life, you leave one port and you reach to another. All right? And then you restock the ship, you refuel the ship, and you hoist anchor and you're off again through another experience. So if you want to know how numbers work, that's the basic gist of it. 111, new beginnings, new chapters in your life. 555, 666, you're at a mid-journey. You're stabilizing in this particular experience. 999, listen, coming to the end of our season. Well done. 911, transition from a past experience, welcoming a new experience again. Sorry, I wouldn't dig out your eye.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot pull it back as you're branded now, folks.
That's basically the idea, the concept of it.
What that topic is about? Numerology or something like that?
They come like angelic numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, angelic numbers. You know, you see that number keep reoccurring and you're wondering, well, hey, what does this number mean? And then
What's 101?
101?
Have any significance to that?
Well, basically, so you will notice from reading up on the different numbers, ones will always be like beginnings.
Okay.
Yeah? And as I started to reach like 4, you know, it comes like a stabilizing. You're stabilizing, you're getting balance.
What's desperate numbers? Numbers are associated with any like that, or it tends to be positively inclined?
Well, remember, all I do is positive searches.
Okay.
But I guess you could also do a YouTube search as what could this number be telling?
Right. Bad omen numbers.
Bad omen numbers. But you see, I don't even entertain that.
Right.
But I am sure these numbers could also be associated with bad omens. but it's where you want to put your focus. And I always believe it's like the law of attraction. The more goodness you try to invite into your life, into your mind, is the greater things going to come to you. Listen, we all going through situations in life, and instead of me trying to be positive and get myself strong, I could have been in a hole. I could have been in a hole where, oh boy, my life is crumbling. But look at how much I have going for me. I have my relationship has mended tremendously with my brother, Kim's sister, the kids. Finally, I have a loving relationship with my mom, my dad. You know how much tension it had between mom and I? And I talk about it openly here because I mentioned it in previous videos. Boy, I had such a negative mindset against my mother. A woman who I had loved with all my heart. I had so much a negativity towards Mama Lou, all you wouldn't believe it. Even when I went back there, I knew that there was a lot of strain between mom and I because things that I would have said to mom during my moments and things that she would have done that I was seeing from a different perspective. And I pray, I ask God, I say, Lord, help me remove this. Remove this. I want to have that loving relationship with my mom. I know that my mom loves me. Help me to remove all the negative thoughts that have been planted in my head against my loving mother. If it's one person I know, if it's one woman I know, love me in this world is my mother. My mom loves me. And mommy, if you're watching this video, I love you very much too. I had a real heart-to-heart conversation with mommy this week, boy. And I feel so glad that we finally reached a place where I could embrace my mom and hug her and don't want to let go. I don't want to let go. I love my mom unconditional. And I will never allow anybody to get between my mom and I. Never. No. When your things bottle up, that's what is happening. The man say, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our own minds. That is real strong words, eh? You're the only person to emancipate yourself, right? Only person. But it takes positive mindset. This purple is from Farm Harry, is it? Mm-hmm. Delicious, boy. Real nice.
You know, he in a real interesting position with his producer in that given his location and the his lack of transportation, he do have the ease of access to silver. He could plant, he could sow, he could maintain, he could reap. But when it comes now to delivering it in a sustainable way, week by week, there's the big challenge. And really and truly, you can't expect people to go to him. The people who will be interested in it, but to go to him is that interesting predicament? Because now it relies on you getting transport from somebody to say, hey, on a week by week basis, but then you're paying him you're paying that person to do transport.
And then the arrangement, you might reach out. You might reach out the road with the
Yeah.
goods, and then the person will
Yeah,
show up,
yeah.
and now you end up on the side of the road with all these goods. What you gonna do, boy? But I wonder if the farmers of Cora, let's say from that river crossing there, right? If all the farmers like Harry who planted up in the mountains, I wonder if somebody, there's that flat area where the pomerac tree is there, right? Well, obviously that would be somebody piece of land. But I wonder if they set up like a small little farmers market there, like a couple of tables, or let me say some businessman decide, okay, here what, I will take the risk. I will set up the tables and everything, all the bring all the produce here for me, and I will be advertising farmers market, fresh goods from Cora. You're coming up here again, plantains, cassava, this, that, the other. And so now people like Harry and them think now they bringing it to the table here and them done with that.
If it would work,
You think it will?
it'll take a while, just like a YouTube channel, it'll take a little while to build up, and somebody had to be willing to commit to that effort for about 3 months, and it might involve 3 months of consistent losses. I think the location, it's possible, but you're going to take some commitment, and it is not exactly convenient to the customer. And because it's not convenient enough to the customer, it will suffer in the long run.
It's true, because I'm thinking about the piece of road. The road is bad, and then it'll have a lot of river beaters, so it will have problems to pass with vehicles, that kind of thing.
You know where something like that will work, but again, impractical because maybe the hospital's car park, but that piece opposite the hospital car park, that convenient enough for a customer.
To get the goods today.
Yes, you have your tents there on a Saturday morning. Hey, let me just drive up or walk up the hospital hill there, and you have some tents or whatever, and you can get your produce at that time. That is convenient enough for a customer.
So you still have the
Yeah.
you still have the problem of getting the goods out.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about it, because some people they could do the farming and that kind of thing, but is the final link from to the customer. Very challenging. It's very hard for farmers outside there. Because the man loves farming, eh? So if it was just a matter of somebody to just come and say, hey, I'm taking all the planting you have here. Or I'm taking all the cassava you dig out here today. That different, yeah. Again, you see, it might be worthwhile because sometimes all the planting mightn't come in all at once. So a man might be going there hoping that he could get a whole van tray of planting. But when you go up there, it only had 3 bunches. So it really, yeah. I see his challenge. See if you could engage with the people a little bit. Read some comments.
All right, so I'm just going to scroll back up a little bit and see if I could catch up with some of y'all. Donna says Father Harry needs to have a donkey to transport his goods.
True.
Should big out though. Hey, Bushman, what you saying, man?
We calling him this morning.
We calling him this morning.
Look out for that vlog that I'm gonna pull along today. We big you up on that. On that one.
Hey, this Pomerac, long time. Good morning, Bushman.
Bonjour,
Saying hello
bonjour.
to. Yeah, man. Bushman, nice vlog with Christmas.
Is that Melissa Jagassas?
Yay, Melissa. I finally caught you live. Good morning to you, Melissa. Good morning to you and your family and everyone in the chat. Imtaz Khan, good morning to you, sir. Thank you very much for the greetings. And if I get a good wholesale price, I would buy anything. That's from Bushman. Yes, Bushman. Saw you with Chris. Hey, that popo.
Hey,
tasted real good. That's from Kimberly.
Kimberly, oh good, watch out.
Yeah, excellent breakfast, Kimberly.
The platter clean.
Thank you very much. Trinbago living in Finland. Good morning, Mr. Sana. Hey, Trinbago in Finland. How things, man? Long time I check out your channel.
Yes.
Hope you're doing good. Dolly
Oh,
Mullet.
that's the lady. Again, I'll mix
No,
up.
that's a guy who lives in Finland. Well, I hope you're talking about the same person.
Right. No, but I've seen this person from Finland already on the chat.
Dolly
Yeah.
Mullet, Lyndon. Kim was asking how was breakfast. Breakfast was
Delicious.
fantastic. I didn't know it had sardine. It had eggs inside it, eggs and sardine.
Excuse me.
So a pleasant good morning to you, Miss Dolly Mullet. Michael Sombrano, good morning. Yes, Lyndon needs his glasses, Kimberly. Yay, Marciel. Nice meeting you too. A pleasure, man. So you get the stew recipe. Yes, good morning, Azisha. That's from Leslie Ann. Lyndon, you know okay. Good morning, Azisha. Good morning, guys. This is okay. So the last comment here is from Gerald Rampasad and Azisha. Good morning to you all and pleasant day. Can be saying big up 145 people in the chat. So yes, thank you, folks, for logging on and supporting the channel. It is 8:17 a.m. At 5:30 this morning, Kimberly was rudely awakened by Lyndon, and Lasana and I went for a little walk trying to get some footsteps in before the day start. How much you had, Lasana? 6,500. So we were able to get 6,500 steps in, and we reached home. Kimberly her day had already started. She had gotten about 300 footsteps in the kitchen, and now we just hanging out here in the gallery. The morning has started and wonderful skies, a little bit overcast. The plains looking down there? Dusty plains. So we have some dusty plains, but Cora Valley is beautiful. You can still see some haze in the air here. So Lasana will be joining us shortly. He says he enjoyed our breakfast, Kimberly. So once again, thank you very much. What's the plan for the rest of the day? What's your plan for the rest of the day? What are you up to? What are you doing today? Are you at work? Are you sitting down with your morning coffee and YouTube up? Are you reading the newspapers? Hey, you don't long read the newspapers, boy?
Yeah, boy.
It's a pleasure not to read our newspapers.
A pleasure not to.
I know, I guess that's bad business because it's always good to know kind of what's happening in your environs and your zone, but
it's so easily available now online.
But you know, it's interesting you say that, eh? It's so easily available online. And it's the same thing with books, because I have a tablet and I will download my books and read books or whatever, right? So I was reading something recently, particularly and has to do with children. And the person was saying how important it is, even for ourselves as adults, to expose yourself to different type of experiences. So for instance, you could read a newspaper online. Like maybe I might pull up Trinidad Express once a week or something now and just browse it if I happen to have some time. But the person was talking about how it's the same reading, but how important it is to pick it up things in a different format sometimes. From particularly with children. I don't know what's the word, cognitive or a tactile, I think is the word. From a tactile point of view, for the feel of the book, the pages turning. So you're engaging with the same thing, whether it's through an audiobook, whether it's through a screen, or whether it's the feel of a book in your hand and turning the pages. So I could think, and you talk about it at different times. With Daddy sometimes calling us and saying, hey, come and read a paragraph in the newspaper.
I say,
Right?
But I appreciate it now.
Yeah. Because what you were getting was even the sense of how a newspaper page is compared to a book page. Or you could feel a page and know, hey, without fully understanding the mechanics behind it, perhaps that hey, this is a thinner type material, or hey, this finger does leave something about the newspaper ink just come out on my fingers. Real interesting learning experience
Yeah.
for children.
Children might not be able to tell you what a newspaper feel like.
Look, something I just keep forgetting, and I buy a paper already, and I let not for her to read, I think, but I let Anna and Haley turn through the pages just so they'll get a feel of.
There wasn't like yuck.
Now, Kimberly, when I did I up with newspaper pages, she
Yeah.
like to feel thing like brown paper. Yeah, boy, how things I was watching a documentary on YouTube with a lady that does kind of wilderness living. A real interesting documentary, but probably about an hour and a half long. So she kind of transitions between everyday life, and then she would have a group, maybe like 5 or 6 people, and take them into the wilderness somewhere in the US there, right? Where they, so, and this thing is like about a 6 month course. So the first 3 months with her is where you're learning, a camp maybe set up, and you're learning different things like, stones, and a simple thing as when you knock a stone, and she described the sound that they get from the stone, whether it's a high pitch or a dull sound. I don't remember which one, but I think it is like the high pitch one is the one that will give you a sharper tool instrument.
Yes, it will. It
and
will.
and when she mentioned that, I start paying attention to when you knock materials and you're getting different songs. So I would tell Anna, knock this. What material you think it is? This? You don't know what you're teaching them.
Yeah. Because when you really think about it, sometimes you don't need river and you pick up like a slate stone and you hit it. That makes a very dull sound. But picture 2 Waratah stones and you hit it, you get that sharp sound. And that Waratah stone is sharp like razor. Yeah. It's true. It's true what she's saying.
So I read an article last night. Do you know what the screen time is? The recommended screen time for a 3 to 6-year-old is?
No.
It was about 6 to 10 minutes on a
Whoa!
daily basis. From 0 to 3 years old, they recommend no screen time. And a 3 to 6-year-old, about 6 to 10 minutes. Now, I trust in then that the articles that I read in these websites on, it's not a fly-by-night Lyndon gave your opinion, hey, but it's a reputable website. That we have done the research, we've seen the impact of this. And if I think my daughter, her screen time is easily in excess of that. Good morning. Okay. I will do that, sir. I will do that. Okay, thanks, bye. Sorry. So let's get a little call to take a look at the comments, because thanks very much for the call, sir. That Trinbago Bushman is inviting Lasana on a fishing trip.
What?
Hold on, Sana, I go in. This is from Bushman. Sana, I go in Toko this afternoon to come back tonight. You want to go? We will do a little all-night fishing. All right. So Sana gonna think about that one there. Bushman, what time it is? Chris Must is a worldwide traveler, and he's currently vlogging his journey through Trinidad. The man is very brave, I must say. Okay, thanks. I was seeing your name Chris Must popping up, but I wasn't too
Christmas list or something like that, yeah.
Okay. I'll check it out. Tell Sana I have something for the house. When will he be at home? Did a 5K with Stephen Rees. Yes, so So Sana, you're going to think about that or not? By the end of the chat table, the Bushman, what time you going? Good morning to this is Shama. Forgive me, the sunlight in my eyes here.
You want us to go in the gallery?
I'm not seeing. I don't think I'll see the comments any better, you know. But the breeze still so cool, like you're in AC with hot sun. Guys, only 55 likes of Dolly Mullet and 154 people on the chat. Please smash that like button. Thank you very much, Dolly. I appreciate it. A blessed good morning to you both, my bro. This is from Rihanna. You want to move to the gallery?
No.
Okay. Good morning, Melissa from Tina Ali. So let me see if I can catch up on that comment. Good morning, everyone. This is from Vinesh Maraj. Pleasant good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
And Sana Bushman was inviting you to fish in Toko, I think. So let's see if we could just scroll to that point there where we catch up. Leaving physical book behind and only reading through PDFs. I can tell you I miss using physical books, especially for school. I have slowly transitioned back to physical books now. Hey. Hello, good morning, sir. Very good, man. Very good. And you? How you doing? Nice. This is Daddy. I have that. 1 second, I have Daddy on the phone here. Yeah. No. I'm just doing live with Lasana. He and Cora here. Yeah. Cool. Yes, sir. Understood. All right, Daddy. You take it. Tell Mommy morning first. All right, Mom. Love all. Bye. Yeah.
Right. So let me just address this thing. Forgive me, but one of my favorite YouTubers is Bushman. I feel honored this morning. Yeah, I'm close to tears. Yeah, I'm a very emotional person, as we all know, right? First of all, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Bushman, for this wonderful invitation that you have given to me. I feel honored. I feel privileged. I will love to come with you. I would not use the word but because but is a conjunction. However, which is like a but, I will have to get back onto you, right? I will have to get back onto you. But if I could make it.
Wait, meaning for today?
Yes.
Okay.
So considering today, right? Don't worry to disclose here on the chat as to what time you'll pick me up. I will get Lyndon. You have Bushman's number.
Yeah, man.
So I will give you a call right after this vlog. But I want to thank you openly here in front of everybody. Thank you very much for it. I do wish that it could happen. I do wish. So when I call you, we'll discuss it further. But I must warn you that every time I go on a fishing expedition, it is never had no fish. So if you really want to catch fish, reconsider, right? But I certainly, that will be awesome.
Yeah.
That will be awesome.
Yeah.
That will be awesome.
Okay.
I hoping it could really happen.
Yeah, that could be nice, boy.
Mm-hmm.
It could be nice.
Just this morning, we make our vlog. And I was talking about Trinbago Bushman. I was also talking about Trinbago vibes,
yeah.
Right? I was talking about those two particular YouTubers in this video that I did today in collaboration with Lyndon. Right? So we'll see if we can make it happen, my brother.
When we met and we went to buy farm area, I was telling Bushman on the record because it came out that bro, you make a real fantastic contribution, and something I say about Bushman multiple times is that he is a very good storyteller, whether it's intentional or not. The way his videos come together, the ones that I have seen, right? Because I look at about maybe at least 5 of them from beginning to end.
Right.
And whether he doing it in a conscious way, I just feel like, wait now, all the elements of storytelling coming together here. One of the principles that I kind of hold by, but for me, is sometimes deliberate. You know, like the failure of something in a video is not a bad thing. Someone might choose, if they're going for perfection, they might choose to remove the obstacles in the way. But the same way you talk about what is a road without obstacles this morning, a road without obstacles probably lead nowhere. But if you're looking for something, it might be as simple as you're looking for a pepper in a pot of chicken that you're cooking. But you not finding the pepper on the first try is an element of storytelling that you could choose to omit, or you could leave it there so that the adventure now becomes looking for a pepper. No, you understand?
It's true, it's true.
Yeah.
It's
And
true.
then the person becomes taken up. So that's what I say. Whether he does it consciously or not, it might be as something as I think it's the video where you went on the kayak in Felicity or somewhere in the back there. And thanks, because I wasn't even aware of that space.
Yeah.
So I think he was looking for somebody. Somebody.
Yeah.
And Bushman carry you on this drive.
Just always telling me I want to do
Yeah,
it.
I think it's. Or I wonder if I mentioned it because of Bushman. Yeah, no, I think it's in that video. He went looking for somebody or something, or a kayak or an engine or something, but he
Yeah.
didn't end up getting it.
Yeah.
But you went on the journey.
Well, he was just say, right? He was just say. He said, boy, same thing. He said, Bushman can really hold your interest in her.
Yeah,
He
no, he's
said,
a
boy,
good
that man
storyteller.
carried me on a whole journey. We going by this man, we going by this man, we going by this man. And I want to see who is this man. When Bushman reached there, the man is there. Right? But he's a great storyteller. I can tell you, for example, he came up to my home already, right? And he pulled out the camera at a particular point just to capture a little clip. Or he was actually returning with two gentlemen
Right,
from Canada,
right.
right? He was carrying them on a little tour.
I met him the first time that morning. So.
Right, and he passed through here. Those two gentlemen, I can't remember their names, but they were really nice gentlemen, right?
Gosh.
And he stopped by us, and we had some coffee. But he made sure that he captured that moment. And that is a very important thing with storytelling. You know, capturing the next moment, because sometimes if it is you, a piece of your story is missing, it throws off some people. Some people might be able to realize, well, hey, maybe they lost some footage, or they forget to take a piece of, but they recognize that a piece of the story is missing. And from what he told me, all he does is his little clips, and when he goes home, he just joins everything together. No editing whatsoever, just join clips. Because, well, he is a clean content creator, right? Very mindful. So after a while, you listen, you don't know who to vlog around, you know. When I say, if it is you have a channel and you know, well, hey, listen, I want to be able to have clean content. It has certain people, better you just don't pull out your camera and do any vlogging, you know. Because you will end up giving yourself a lot of work. You will have to sit down, you will have to find certain parts of the clip, and sometimes you could miss it. I did a scene already where it was a bar environment, and I was having a really interesting conversation with somebody. I think it was actually trouble, because remember, their business is located and there's a bar right here, and a man boss a Yankee in the back. I wasn't vlogging the man, I was vlogging trouble on myself. But as the man behind the camera, your ears become very tuned. Music. But look, sometimes I vlogging and I just forget a whole music thing. So it could be the same way. If you're vlogging and you're in an environment where you have a lot of cursing and that kind of thing, you might just decide as the YouTuber, here what man, let me know vlog. So let me say now you decided to omit that part of the video. This is where now you could carry the audience now with another short clip in your vehicle, and you say, well, I now visit my boy Trouble there. I had a delicious lamb burger, and now I'm looking to head back to Trinity. So you give the audience something. Because if you come and omit that part by Trouble, right? It does something
Yeah,
It does something
because
to the,
somebody could easily go from you might be hungry to the beginning of the video,
right.
and then later on your belly full and
Your belly full, and then they say, "But
yeah.
we belly full it, winner."
Let me say
Yeah.
hello to some people here. Okay. Dolly begin up the chat, man. Encourage them to hit that like button there. So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much to everyone who locked on right now. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I guess we at the 9 o'clock mark, maybe. What time it is now?
8:36.
8:36?
Yeah, but my back must be
Seriously.
low.
So it have any way for you to check that?
Just tap the screen and
So let me just tap the screen. Now you're on 54%, man. You're doing
Okay.
good. Real lovely house here. Too much to mention. Oh, real loving the house there. There's some Bushman. Yeah, Bushman. So you get the news that Sana say he will give you a little shout and confirm with you. If it is that your time and maybe a little bit sooner, you could always send me a WhatsApp on my phone number and I'll pass the message along to him, right? So Melissa is saying, exit the chat, smash that like button and jump back in. Thank you very much. I am watching on TV, my phone on stand. This is from Tina Ali. You guys getting your tan on early. Yeah. We taking some good sun, morning sun
I
here,
tell
you
you,
know.
I put my moisture. I put on my moisturize this morning.
I'm feeling myself getting brown now.
Yeah. Guys, it's a perfect time. We have 153 people in the house, so thanks for all the support. The 76 likes, thanks for it. Could we get it up to 100? Let me take this opportunity while the numbers are high to say that, remember, on Sunday, I have an upcoming live at 7 p.m. Sunday, Mother's Day. So I choose this time carefully with someone, and they said by this time people should be freed up, right? So I'm hoping to see all of you wonderful people in the house again. And if God spare life, definitely we will do it for the fathers also. So Mother's Day, 7 p.m. Sunday the 12th. Hope to see all of you there.
You know,
all right?
You know what you could do if you like? You could come up here.
I thinking so.
And I'll set you up on the device
I
there
thinking so.
so that people could call in and
Yeah.
shout out whoever they
Yeah.
want on their Mother's Day.
What do you think about that? Come up to Lyndon studio where we could probably get some call in. The girl Kim might be in for singing a tune or two. Healy, Anna.
Oh, you have a Mother's Day playlist, Kimberly.
Yeah, man. I was
Yeah.
sing a little Sundar Popo for like a girl.
Yeah, you
taste
could
now.
get some people call in and do some singing for their Mother's
Yeah,
Day.
yeah. I have one for them. I have one for them. Our mother's love could never forget the wrong things you do, boy, you're bound to regret. Our mother's love could never forget the wrong things you do, boy, you're bound to regret. Hey, pull out, Paul. DJ Whelan coming in.
And what you could do is you could call a couple YouTubers before the show,
Right.
and ask them if it's okay for you to call them
Right.
on Mother's Day during the live now.
Okay.
You could get them a little call and whoever they might want to shout out.
Right.
Trouble might sing a song for you.
Right.
Bushman look like he knows some good kaiso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I see you already too in our video. He's a dancer, boy, too. You know?
He was doing
I see him doing some kind of somewhere
trouble.
Shabonas or
No, that's when
something.
Trouble had the
Trouble.
meet and greet.
Right, Trinbigo vibes was in that video too.
Yeah.
Boy, the man has some moves.
Yeah, boy, I see one by
The man
Bushman.
has some moves, boy. Yeah. He
That
got
was
the
when I
moves
first
like
noticed
Jagger.
Bushman legs.
Oh God, don't get started. Yeah. All right, so guys, really surprised this morning, 167 people. I want to thank you all for the continuous support. Guys, I have recently noticed an increase of 3,000 views on my videos. To this 3,000 people, whoever you are, I want to thank you for your support, and please continue to support the channel. Guys, help me to grow this channel. I'll really appreciate it. I think we can make a big difference. All right, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but across the world. All right, always believe. All right, don't feel that you ain't make a difference. Everybody has the power. One person could make the difference. One person could tip the scale. All right, so you are important to this channel. You are valued. And I am asking you personally to help me reach this channel to wherever it could. You may be living in New York, tell your friends about it, tell the neighbors about it. You're living in Europe, you may go into a pub where there are a lot of Trinidadians or a lot of West Indians congregated. You may go to a get together, a barbecue. Hey guys, only check out this fella. Put me up on the TV. Put me up on the TV. Right? Put me up on the TV. Put me up on the TV. Right? So help me to make my channel grow. Facebook. Oh boy. You're interfering with my production here, man. Of course. I pop Lyndon too then. Pop Lyndon too.
No, not for me.
Pop Lyndon too. It's just that I don't want him to get ahead of me now.
Let me go get some water, man.
Hey, I feel we should come out on this Sunday. I feel like a toast bread, man.
Oh, well, get a little shot of this around then. You know, like to show people mountains and things to
Right,
watch.
so guys,
Watch the mountains a little
watch
bit.
out. What's your famous shot, eh? So guys, beautiful Cora. And it's time to come out of this blazing sun. Whew. Lyndon, I think I leaving your tail here. I think I leaving you just out here. Oh gosh. Yeah boy, oh my way boy, in here feel air conditioned. Alright, so we really had a smashing oh gosh, Dolly be yourself. Oh gosh, Jennifer, good morning. Yes, Lyndon and I are spending, we have been spending about what, like the last week together, right? Yeah. And it really is really nice, you know, and I hope that
Here it is.
I'm still talking loud. Jeez, man. All right, so let me kind of tune them out a bit. This is the YouTube persona. Yes, I was talking to somebody last night, and you know I have like about 4 different voices. Why?
Personalities?
No, not personalities. You want to make me sound schizophrenic, yeah? Yeah, thanks, Lyndon.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but you know, I'm really and truly from doing a lot of presentations with the lives, right? And you're constantly throwing your voice, that kind of thing. Automatically, your voice, this guy a little more, it might get a little deeper, right? But yet, if I go and talk to Haley and them, I might be like, so you see, now I had to make an effort.
No. You
No. I say now, like sometimes if I'm going to talk to like children now, let me see how I can talk here. So Haley, you good? Everything good? How was school today? You know, so you're not end up change it up, or you meet someone in the street. Hey, what's going on? Everything cool? And then you're doing the YouTube presentation here because, listen, at the end of the day, right? Remember, so this is how I will usually speak, like if it's just Lyndon and I, right? But this is not necessarily the voice that might be commanded, especially like if you're delivering a point. So you as the content creator, you know your people, right? So let me say you're delivering something that you think is an important point. You may not necessarily want to talk in this, I don't know what this is this monotone, right? But this will be like...
No, keep the camera, you know, it's fine.
No, I want to cross my leg. Yeah, right? This is how I will converse with you. But if you come outside here and this is the kind of energy you put out with people here, but people are going to shut you down. So sometimes for some YouTubers like Point Boy, for example, that man's voice is
Honey.
Man.
Yeah, I'm Morgan Freeman. Hey, good enough, yes.
You know, you go and check out Point Boy. Listen to that man's voice. I was in the mall. So I was talking to somebody. I think I was actually with Zach. And next thing this man come, he say, listen, is your voice I hear? Is your voice I heard? I have gotten that from like about 5 people. A lady come running out of the store. Mr. Lasana, Mr. Lasana. She says, is your voice I hear? You know? So everybody have their trademark. Some people cooking, some people the flamboyant way they dress. Some people their voice. Remember the guy who was on the freeway in the US where he had a golden voice.
Yes.
And people used to pay him.
Yeah.
That was him. That was his voice. And the voice was worth a lot. Eventually he landed up some jobs. I don't want to misquote, but apparently he got jobs and that kind of thing. Whether he derailed or not, I really don't know.
He ended up doing the voiceover for, I think it's mac and cheese. And yeah, his voice is, I remember, if anybody remembers his name, they could put it. I'm feeling like Ted may have been his first name.
Ted.
But is that somebody that's passing and, that's a homeless guy at the time? And the person say, give us that radio voice there. And he do it and then it went viral and skyrocketed into something.
You're listening to Radio 1. You're listening to Radio 610. For that early morning sunshine, check it out.
Good morning, Kevin. I just saw your comment pop up, but it disappears. So I didn't get to read it. I saw your name. Special good morning to you.
Who's that, Kevin the Joker? Yeah. Hey, Kevin, what's up, brother?
But when you think about, okay, so it's really interesting. But I don't know if this would bore your audience, but this is what you're talking about here in terms of voice and different personas, right?
Yeah.
And even when Errol Fabian was here, I remember that part of the conversation he was talking about. In terms of I have a stage persona and then I go out with my family and you meet people on the outside. So here's one of the challenges you could face, and there's an example I could pull on where you're doing something like Red Wall News. And that was my main form of content for a while. That is built around the idea of sarcasm. So I remember when meeting Shine's story for the first time. That's when we went down to Icacus. Right?
Yes.
And he said to me along the journey that, hey, I really thought you would have been like a sarcastic type dude on everybody comments and even in working with you in person.
Right.
Because you're going now on your stage persona and then mixing it with human interactions. Here the problem I have with vlogging, right? The problem I have with vlogging is, apart from my comfort levels with it, and I admire, we have Bushman in the chat, you just walking around comfortably. I am not easily that comfortable when I am the center of, hey, I'm walking through Eldorado here. That don't come naturally to the problem I have with vlogging too, apart from that, is I like to mix like fiction. So let me just say, like this incredibly far-fetched stories. Like that's something that, so when you looking at it now as a viewer, then you have to kind of, part of the problem I could have when I meet people is when you meet somebody and they're thinking, hey, that was really true what going there, buddy. That was serious with you and your brother, right? But the thing is, that is a price I'm willing to pay. I don't mind paying that price.
I don't want no part.
No, I understand.
But that's why people love you.
In terms of on screen, when you meet somebody, so it's a little bit of, now when, as I always see, the vlogger or the content creator who choose vlogging as the format that they want to communicate with people. Because we all choosing formats, right? If I think about Certified Samson, his format isn't necessarily vlogs and daily life, but it's skits.
Right.
So you just accept, hey, this man like making this comedy, he's making me laugh. That's the format that he's working with, right?
Yeah.
Good. But when you choose vlogging as your medium, I just do using that simple special effects. I just change up signs something in the background. You know?
Yeah?
Yeah. Whether you notice it or not is up to you. But I could change a sign but say no smoking, and when I walking past it say smoke here.
You lie.
Yeah.
So guys, be on the lookout for them kind of things.
So
But you know, automatically, if you take away the no from the smoking, because you just pass it and everybody just tell yourself, hey, there are no smoking. They wouldn't notice the no missing. No, you gotta be real sharp.
now here the painful thing about it, right?
Yeah.
The painful thing about it is I might take hours to do a special effect on something, and nobody notices or comment on it. So I'll give you two examples, right?
That ain't painful, boy.
You could, it's fine because it's just my little Easter egg there. Who see it, see it. So I'll give you two examples, right? When I was walking with Queasy, I was following this guy Queasy who was trying to walk across Trinidad, right? And there's a shot where he walking on the beach, and I insert an element from Star Wars in it, a little robotic droid called R2D2. And I went the distance, I get the lighting, I get the shadow on the sand, I get the movement, I get the sound effects. And I post that short little clip up on Facebook. And people start asking, what R2D2 doing on the beach? And I like genuinely asking it. Something else too, with videos with Mr. Bat. And I didn't even pick up this, but I think it was more like a subconscious thing. I don't know if you know the Star Wars story. But the Star Wars story is that this guy called Luke Skywalker will eventually go and meet somebody called Obi-Wan Kenobi who will train him and that type of thing, right? And funny enough, I didn't even think about it in terms of the relationship between he and me. But I thought about it in terms of, hey, that's something about the Star Wars this revival Obi-Wan Kenobi. So it have a couple videos, right? These are existing videos I'm talking about, and Kimberly.
Only one. Listen, is that the love? Is that the love bad with?
Nah, not you.
Not
like you can tell the car. You just know when you grow up without TV, yeah?
I don't start to draw images in my head. No.
You talk about you, that does.
Leave me right there.
Right?
Oh gosh.
No, not you. No. There's this old dude called Obi-Wan Kenobi. I have a food on there.
Oh god. All my cheeks hurt, my boy.
You're serious.
Oh gosh.
Obi-Wan. Okay.
Help me, only one Kenobi.
You're my only hope.
You're my only hope. Help me, only one Kenobi. You're my only hope. Oh gosh. Everybody,
Right? Yeah,
I hope we're having some fun with us, right?
This dude here.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, now I can understand
Right?
where you're coming from. Because I said, oh gosh, boy.
The little green man with the logos
Yeah.
is Mr. Battery, by the way.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That
So
was right.
in a couple of videos, I can think about 3 or 4. But my job is not to say which video. My job is to, if you spot it, just spot it.
So you do have these what you refer to as Easter eggs there.
Yeah.
With the hope that one day somebody will say, hey, where that smoking sign is for?
So I will go and I will tell you now what you could look for in 3 videos.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in different elements with Mr. Bat in his kitchen area, you'll find the lightsaber handle.
You serious?
Yeah.
So you don't have that rest down like on that table?
Yeah, that's resting on that table. And my camera might just be panning and that lightsaber that's resting there.
God, if somebody really spotted that, should see like, hey, what Mr. Bat's doing with that lightsaber?
Yeah. But it's just the handle, eh?
Just the handle.
That's the lightsaber handle.
So does it have a glow or anything?
No. But it will fit in pretty good because
No, but Mr. Bat has so much interesting things on that table, it will really be hard to spot, eh?
yeah. So and I will go the distance and sometimes on these shots because I'm not familiar with these softwares I would like. I would go the distance and consider the lighting in the room where the shadows fall in the elements and then insert it with the proper lighting, the proper shadow. So when you see shots of videos that open, Two, I will mention because they're obvious as the. There's maybe like the last video I published, maybe I missed that, but it have a shot with he sit down with the dogs, and it have R2D2 that's sliding up along the road. And then it have a shot where
And nobody ever commented on it.
no, it's not something people necessarily comment on.
If you ever spot any of these Easter eggs as Lyndon referring to it, make sure and mention in the comments, hey Lyndon, I saw it. Don't necessarily say what it is you see.
And then one where he was working in course cutters, and R2D2 was just kind of falling, but they could just see the top of the element. Let me see if I find it was. Yeah.
No, I have something to ask you. That saber sword handle, did it look realistic on the table?
Yeah.
So even like a man who coming into somebody's home and doing little tipping, you saying like a man could go home and superimpose maybe like a gun line on your table
Yes,
there?
I can make it look like your house load up with ammunition and police knocking down your door.
Seriously, none?
Yeah. I'm gonna use that video. I'm gonna take a video from my
Not my caboose, no.
like by you and mommy in the
No,
back.
no. I will tell daddy. You ain't allowed to do no vlogging home by we again, boy. What is this?
Yeah.
No, but you can really set up people. Because just imagine you come to my home and you do a vlog, right? And they're casually on maybe like a side table, a sofa table. You rest on a 9mm gun.
Yeah.
Or as you're panning right by a kitchen cupboard, you're just showing the gun butt. You see how careful you have to be, people?
Nah, but you can't do that to her. I mean, it's just somebody could take any element and.
But let me just put it this way. It could end up meaning to say that police might be knocking on your door.
Yes.
Nothing ain't gonna come out of it. But the whole thing about it is that who wants the police knocking on their door? So if you could be saved of that, so you have to be, at the end of the day, people, watch me, you have to be very careful as to who you let into your life, who you let into your home. Remember, your home is your castle, you know. Your home is your sanctuary. So be careful. You know, out of these casual little lives that we just do, there's always a little sense that is come in amongst all the nonsense, right? So, you know, take these little lessons. Take these little lessons. Hey, sometimes you're giving a man a drop. You don't know if he have something against you. He might decide to leave something that could cause you a lock up in a roadblock. So be careful. Be careful, guys. You really think about it, boy. Home is really a place where not just Tom, Dick, and Harry should be coming in. You know, everybody who just come home by daddy and they there. People might think that it's just like that. People just come. But it's a relationship that you build with people over a period of time. Nobody will just call and say, hey, I want to come across there. No. It don't work like that. It don't work like that at all. All right, so Sana, read my message. All right, so I don't have my glasses. Neither Lyndon has his. All right, but Deborah is seen to read back.
Deborah.
Good morning, Sana, Lyndon, Kim, and everyone. Sana, I went and walked by your side. Like you move or what? Or you have? Yes. Well, Deborah, certainly. This is our home to me. This is our home away from home. Yeah, so thank God for these two wonderful homes. My mom and dad and Lyndon and Kimberly. Yes. So it's our 2 session on the live. To our seniors. You know what she says here? So it's 2 seniors on the live. Yeah, we look like 2 old men. 2 old men. Impromptu live. Remember, I have a nice video for you where we took a Beautiful walk up in Cora. Lots of jokes, lots of information, right? Big ups to certain YouTubers. Also, Sunday coming, Sunday the 12th at 7 p.m. We have a tribute to all the moms, the mothers. So we hope to see all of you on Sunday, 7 p.m., live from the caboose. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you all, moderators. Please be there, commenters. And I seen Justin. Justin, thanks for all the comments that you're leaving. Mohammed. She says the laugh you have, eh?
Who's that?
Something Mohammed. I didn't see the first name. I don't know if it's male or female.
Yeah, boy. But it's nice when you start the day with a walk, eh?
Oh, wonderful, boy. And you have that out of the way.
Your day so long.
And look at that. When you're here getting 5,000 to 6,000 footsteps in early on the day, bet your bottom dollar you're crossing over that 8,000. I already on 7,167. You know, so if you could, that's what I used to do in order to accomplish it. I wake up in the morning and I get them footsteps in, and after that, I know definitely throughout the day, right home by mom and dad, I just make about 4,000 footsteps right in that yard.
In the garden?
Yeah, from walking to the caboose to in front, from in front to the back, then I might walk to the shop, I come back. Easy like that. My normal schedule without any walking is about 4,000. Condolences, Tina. Tina's love seeing. Okay, so I seen Leslie and saying condolences to Tina.
Oh, Tina said, a glimpse of them. You guys are blessed to have your parents. My mom passed away on January.
Oh,
I'm really sorry to hear that, Tina.
sorry to hear that also.
Yeah, boy, and to different people that lose a family member, a parent that they love. Hey, you know, I mentioned this day already, boy. When I was in hospital back in like 2008, right? That's why I eventually produced the book on that story. And I remember there was a man on the bed next to me. Now I might have been in my 20s when this happened, right?
Right.
So, but gathered around his bed is adults, grown-ups, probably people who are our age now, our ages now. And they're talking to him and they're calling him daddy, daddy. And daddy looked like he, might not have had very long ago. But I was discharged, so I don't know what came of him. But I remember what stood out, boy, was how weird it was for me as a younger adult to look at grown people, middle-aged people calling, the old daddy. And now that I'm in the place to be a older adult, and you're looking at your parents and the years going by, is that kind of that cycle, that eternal issue that we will have, which is death, right? Yes, is sad. So I think it's really important that I'm not saying anything new, but that we appreciate the parents that we have while we have them, because in the blink of an eye, they're gone and that moment lost. And that's what I think is really unfair when even children are being cheated of their parents, because we don't know what the future would hold. They mightn't even live to those middle ages, where the parents live to the middle ages to see them enjoy it, It's sad when our child lose our parent young too, boy. Yes. So, Tina, condolences. I mean, I could relate to the pain from the point of view of knowing what that loss would be like.
That's right, January you're talking about, So Tina, condolences to you. Keep yourself together. I'm sure that's what mom will want of you. So do your mom a favor and keep yourself together. Keep persevering. This too shall pass. You will never be able to get rid of the pain, the loss of your mom, if she meant a lot to you, which certainly she did because you mentioned it. And I see that you're talking about cherishing your parents. So I hope that as time goes by, that God, your higher power, could draw near to you and comfort your heart. I hope you have loved ones supporting you. All right. And we are here to give you some support. And this is especially for you, Tina. All right. So this morning, guys, I want to ask on behalf of Tina, let me send Tina some love. Pull up that screen there for me. You know how I love it. All right. So, Tina, all this love that is on the screen is for you. All right. So, from Lyndon and I and the entire Baptiste family, we send in lots of love to you, and may God continue to strengthen you as you embark on continuing life's journey. So, lots of love coming out from Deborah, from Lyndon, help my boy, from Vidya, Justin, Azisha, Leslie Ann, Pomerak. Tina's returning blessings, prayers, thanks, thankfulness, Sita Bola, Melissa Jagasa. So all that love is for you. And for those of you who I know you will get teary, but you'll also be smiling. All right. I am also a bit teary at this moment. So it's always nice people to extend love to people that could do with it. So to whomever be going through some sort of emotional discomfort at this time, take some of this love, which I'm sure Tina will be glad to share with you all. All right, guys, we have such an amazing show here where we try to promote love, a little support system, right? A little support system. We have all seen people receive it and it has worked for them. It has worked for me a lot. Rafiq Ali, it has worked for him. It has worked for Sita Bola. All right. Many people came in here looking for some encouragement. Sandra received it already. Yes. So Rosalind, my cousin, my dear cousin, sending out love to Tina. Rosalind, I got in contact with the lady that you spoke to on the plane. I forget her name right at this moment, but I spoke to her and it was a real privilege, right? So I finally get to meet the person that you have always been telling me about. Azisha Bola, I see you in on the chat here. I don't have my glasses, but I know your little icon, it reminds me. So nice to see you in on the chat, Azisha. I hope you're feeling better. Also to your husband, right? Good morning to William. I see we have Rafiq Ali. You know Rafiq Ali, right? Rafiq Ali is a gentleman. He was going for open heart surgery last year. And he disclosed it on the live. You know that he is going for a surgery and he was asking if everybody could lift him up in prayer. All right. And he was ever so kind that as soon as he came out of the surgery and was able to do so, he messaged us to let us know that everything was okay. Special love going out to Ed Advant. I know you're locked on.
Hey, yes.
Right? So, greetings to you, Ed Advant and companion. Lots of love. This has been a wonderful life. I am extremely happy that the numbers, I think the largest number that I saw this morning was 168. So I am very, very grateful for that. Tina, are you feeling better? Are you feeling better, Tina Ali? Do you feel happy? Do you feel loved? Do you feel that you could make it through the rest of the day? And that goes for everybody. Like the white chicken is sleeping on himself.
No. I listened to the message one.
Yes.
I listened to the message.
Yeah. So I think we will
How important? Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
You're going to end off the life?
No.
You could end it if you want to.
No. Well, they want the life to end? Who want the life to end? Who we keeping back this morning?
Smash that thumbs up.
Smash that thumbs up if you want this end. If you want this life to end. Guys, could we at least get the likes to 111? We have 104. Yes, she's feeling better. Every day is a challenge. Could we get the lives up to 111?
What about if we end the live when you get 200 likes? But check your battery, you don't know where your battery is too.
Yeah, next thing we lost all the footage because of that, Nah, 40%.
40%.
We okay. Yes, Aaron, thank you. The man does it off.
This is in connection with Tina and what she mentioned with her mom, right? So the thought springing from that, her mom losing her mom and her passing there. And with things like that in mind, I was telling you a story recently about Haley, where a particular morning she woke up and she didn't want to go to school. And she eventually voiced to me the reason she wanted to stay home, so to say, right? And the reason she wanted to stay home was there's a particular video game she plays, and it has a certain timing to unlock something. So she was a bit excited that this thing would unlock, let me say, at 9 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah.
So she wanted to stay home because of that. And my initial reaction was to be hard with her. Long story short, that's what you want to stay home from school for? And she got teary. She started to cry, and in the midst of her tears, she said to me, she said, "Daddy, I was only being honest with you." And boy, it didn't punch me, it didn't hurt me, but I freeze in the moment that I said it. She said it. The reason that I freeze is because, we go through life and you want to be thinking that all I want my children is to be honest with me.
Wow.
But
Wow.
the things that you may be doing, or I may be doing, along the way that will disable that dishonesty. It's almost like a little notification system that you have on your phone, and you could turn this feature on and off. And the hard line that I took, let me say that was just one of the things that get that notification over a series of things happening, and eventually that notification turns off. Honesty with your parents. And then propel yourself 10 years down the road, where the child is 16 years old, and you're probably telling them, "You're hiding so much of things from me, how come you're not being honest with me?" Right? And so I took that as one of the very important moments in my relationship with Haley, and even how that will benefit me, not just working with her, but with Anna and maybe other little children who are around. Again, the message that stood out is how important it is that as a parent that I have to be doing the things that will not just enable honesty, but enable a lot of positive moments and memories, so that in the process of time, whether it's a day, whether it's 10 years or 25 years, that when death visits me, that there will be our wealth of so many positive memories that I have made as a father, that they will be able to hold on. Yes, the loss will never leave. It will always be fresh as if it happened 4 months ago or 5 months ago or yesterday. I guess if I am a good father. But that there will be so much positive memories, whether it take the form of something that is in the mind, whether it takes the form of a video, whether it takes the form of a picture, whether it takes the form of a conversation with a mother or a sister or a cousin. And that is where anyone who in a situation where they're being cheated of a minute or an hour with their children by an adult who is too small-minded to see beyond the relationship, that is you are like the scum of the earth if you're guilty of that. Because you don't know in what moment that a child or a brother or a sister or a neighbor is going to teach you a lesson. And what I will use, let me say church. People can relate to that word, right? Let me use church as an example. That's one of the reasons that I never stopped going to a meeting. Even where I was dreadfully astray, so to say, I still go astray. So I ain't saying that I suddenly redeem myself in some way, right?
Right.
Because you don't know when that message might come, in what moment it might come that you could say, hey, let me align myself to a better relationship. But to get back to that main point of really, just filling your world and your child's world with so much positive memories and messages and interactions that they have something to hold on to. Right? That when you could imagine, right? That you just invest so much what's the word they might use, positive affirmations. Sometimes, okay, I don't know, I wanna say being overboard that everything the child do is beautiful, is great. They might be a creative type. Sometimes they might see something and you're like this, especially if a child say, how much you'll give this out of 10? And you look at it and you might be fair in your judgment and say, hey, for a first attempt, again 9 out of 10. If they come again, there's only a 6 out of 10. This is how you could probably improve it. But you could imagine you just create this, that a father and mother, regardless of their living arrangement, could create such a safe space for a child mentally, that when they go into the real world and somebody diss them, that boy, that's like bouncing off of them. The chances of it bouncing them off of them increases because of the work that you already do.
It come like it come like the people sometimes you see them on American Idol or Britain's Got Talent, and they singing and watch me, they singing and probably their mom or dad used to really be telling them, oh, you could really sing beautiful, beautiful, and watch me. When the audience hears it, it's like everybody watching one another. Because I understand what you're saying. Sometimes you so want to give your children the best that sometimes you're complimenting when you could probably say it's good enough, but I think the body a little, we don't know if the child is advanced in any drawing. I think the body's a little out of proportion. The next drawing you're doing, see if you could make the limbs a little bigger, that kind of thing. Because if you keep complimenting your children, you could be interfering with their growth. You could be interfering with their growth because, listen, if I have perfected this, then there is no need to improve. And your child might actually be at a level 6. They might be at level 6, but you commending your child as though they have completed the mission. So, what Lyndon is seeing here is of great importance, right? Never, listen, encourage your children, but don't set them up thinking that they are great in something. And when they go outside there and they reach into the real world, they're coming home to tell you, Daddy, they laugh at my stuff today. What you going to do? What are you going to do? That's an excellent point.
And more than that though, more than that though. The key for me there is in that point I was making is that that there are sufficient interactions between parent and child where you learn from them, they learn from you, that your world is filled with so much you know, there's safe interactions.
Right.
Because it could be positive or it could be, you know, up and down as when I first started there. But so much are safe interactions that when you transition, whether it's from your passing from this world in terms of death,
Right.
that they have a body of knowledge. Yes, they will feel the grief. Yes, they will feel grief, but they will turn back and they will look and now you know, like for instance, whether it's well, it's the conversation started with Tina and the comment on the passing of her mom, right?
Right.
But there may be so much of safe interactions that person has with their parent that grief now could become something like you know, you're looking at the memory of the positive interactions. So hey, I remember when mom, you might be making a roti or something, right? I remember mommy showed me this is the technique she used to use because they have safe interactions with the person. I mean, you could think about you know, like maybe a lot of these safe interactions you have with your children, your boys, your girls, and you're in a position now where, all right, you're not enjoying it, but your mind might turn to certain moments. It might be a song you want to really sing. You might be passing by a place and you, hey, but I remember when we went and we visited this place because you have a body of safe interactions that you pull on so that you could grow beyond the grief of the moment. The grief's still there, but that you have something to pull on to take you to the end of the day.
I'll tell you something, you know. This is such an important point, and let us not become emotional. Let us be careful with our comments, right? We no.
I thought you mean you emotional.
Yeah, no. Right, okay. No. I was really touched just now by what your experience with Healy. I got emotional about your and Healy's interaction. You know, I feel it for you as a dad in terms of, wow, my daughter is expressing to me that all I want to do, daddy, is be honest. And how honest of her. How honest of her. I love you, Healy, very, very much. I love you, Anna. Then I love you and Kim too. Could you imagine if that particular experience, it flew over Lyndon's head and all that he was thinking about is, that is real nonsense you want to stay home for. Look, organize yourself, you're going to school. Years down the road, maybe a decade or two, when the child begins to withhold information, children have an amazing memory, you know. Children have amazing memory. I have memory from 4 years old. I have memory. Could you imagine if 2 decades from now, God spare life, Haley turns to Lyndon and says, Daddy, there's a reason why I could never be honest with you. And reminds Lyndon of that day, which is probably what, 2 days ago? Maybe around the 6th. On the 6th of May, 2024, I was being honest with you. And instead of you responding nice to me, you didn't treat me nice. And now you're wondering why I don't be honest with you. Why you don't open your mouth and tell me what's going on, Haley? I'll be here to support you. Daddy, you're a liar. You're a liar. But it's good. Yes, Lyndon, mommy taught me to make good sada. That is swell with great tasting sugar. Yeah, nice. Yes, so it's nice when you have memories. Good memories in the bank to be able to pull from to help you with the grief. What about if you don't have any good memories? Then you have remorse. It's as simple as that.
So that night, sorry, that morning when it happened, I paused and I said, Healy, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry. I apologize. I said, because most of all, I appreciate you in this moment being honest with me. And even if you're being honest, thinking that it is something that you might get angry about, I really appreciate you being honest with me. So let me say that happened on last Thursday or Wednesday. Do you know by Sunday evening, she was confiding something in me? And she said to me, that was me being honest with you. And I said, thank you, puppy.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry again, boy. This thing getting like an Indian movie, boy. Gosh.
So you see? So no, you know, and as the reason I say
Building a
safe
foundation.
and not good.
Yes.
I say a safe interaction because yeah, the sometimes you're going to have something that might be like, all right, this start off negative, but it's a safe interaction because you bring it to a good place, right?
Wow.
You bring it to a good place and you reap the reward of it.
Yeah.
And that's your responsibility now of just kind of, you know, keeping it safe, keeping it good so that you could, you know, you could go along. And that is why, you know, every moment or every opportunity that I could have to have those type of interactions. Sometimes take what I say, and I guess what they say with that pinch of salt, because yeah, sometimes you might just want a little alone time or to do what you want to do hobby wise, right? So I get that want in that space as an individual. But when I could create moments like that, that's built around them, yeah, I happy for it. I happy to be able to be part of that because I guess it's about your family.
It's our privilege.
It's our privilege.
It's our privilege. All right? I am telling you all, for those of you,
Excuse me.
let's be real. Okay? For those of you who are married, you have children, your marriage is probably not the best. Listen, it takes two. It takes two at the end of the day. As my partner just tell me, Eddie Manju, he say it take two to tango. Right? It takes two to tango. Either make up your minds that you really want, first of all, your marriage to work. Not that, hey, let me do this for the children's sake. No, that ain't going to work. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. That is not going to work. Do you want your marriage to work? Yes, I want my marriage to work. Yes, I want the marriage to work. Seek counsel. Improve yourself. Compromise. Communication. Now, we're beginning to fix the nest. You have to have a good marriage. And when I say good marriage, I'm not talking about fairy tale. I am talking about a marriage that have problems, but in a civil way, you could communicate. If it is that you all are impatient with each other, but then you have to learn some patience. Somebody have to know when to take the silent role. The other person must learn that, hey, he is being silent, right? Because we're trying to create a calm situation. You cannot continue ranting and raving because all you're doing is trying to aggravate the other person so that the argument could start back up. Some people, sad to say, they are addicted. They are addicted to confusion. The human mind, it is so complex. It is hard to understand for some people. But do you know that what you have been exposed to as a child in the form of abuse is what gives you the thrills when you are an adult. It's almost as though it's a reminder of the pain. And maybe these people have become so numb to pain that the only thing that could remind them of that pain, which probably psychologically they just decided that, hey, listen, I'm going to subject myself to this pain and torture. And it goes on into their adulthood. It's almost as though they want it still. I was not from a home where my mother and father quarreling for neighbors to hear, hearing all your business. Do you know? Yeah. Do you know there are some people, they're quarreling with you, and Lyndon is over there, right? Now taking this little piece of skit. Lyndon, go back over on our side.
We're talking to me so far, boy. I know come up to pick up our glass.
Good. And I am not facing Lyndon, but instead, I come by this window here and I open it up. Lyndon, I see you, boy. Thing. Guys, that's insane. That's insane.
Oh gosh.
And you asking the person, whoever is going through this experience, you are asking the person, please, what are you doing? What are you doing? And your kids there watching, and that person is cussing and carrying on, and all your neighbors hearing you, all your business on the street. It's funny, yeah? It's sounding funny. It's sounding like something I make up.
Hey.
Right? But this happens, people. This happens. And you are wondering, you are standing up there, listener, you start to scratch your head now, you know. You start to scratch your head and all. Nah, I don't want a smoothie. Right? You start to scratch your head because this is what is going on here? What is going on here? This is like free, young, and restless for the neighbors. Guys, that's insanity. That's insane.
Insane in the membrane. You're talking about people who want to improve their relationship, right? And you know, something I strongly believe in.
You're going to hear Dr. Phil.
No, I ain't saying this on this.
You have a charger here, boy, because watch me. Like, what, did I hold this session now? But you the one keep talking.
You know.
This is
In the black one, the black one through.
This black one not plugging here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I'd rather put the tripod here, boy.
we were talking about safe memories, right? We were talking about safe memories, and this is something that I mean, maybe have research written on it, but I'm not talking from a research point of view, right? I'm talking about something that mommy and they were able to. Why you want to raise this a little bit?
No, that's good.
Are you good?
People that's really listening to me, they're really watching.
Okay, well let's go out to hear that. Yeah. Safe memories in terms of like mommy and them. Now you're talking about mommy and them quarreling. I have zero. You're saying we didn't grow up in a home where we hear them type of things, right? Lasana Baptiste. Let me call your full government name. Lasana Baptiste.
Lasana Martin
Baptiste. I never in my life hear mommy and daddy quarrel. Now I will raise a good and a bad of that, right? The good of that is that I think because whether mommy and daddy argued, let me see what argue, quarrel, never hit, they did it privately. Whether it was at night and they was leasing one another, I was never privy to hearing it.
No.
Right? If they had to have, I mean, naturally they would have had to have some heated discussions, whether it's about life, about work, about children, about traveling. They must have had heated discussions, and they probably still do, right? But was never privy to it. So I don't walk around with any trauma,
Right.
because of quarreling. If I have trauma for any reason from my childhood, that is definitely not the reason. That is arguments. The bad of it is that it's to this day when I interact with some people and you're privy to certain experiences, it's always like a big shock to me, because it come like I don't have training in a particular discipline.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it limits maybe how I kind of perceive people, even strangers, on a playing field that is equal to the home that I grew up in.
Yeah.
But you see the negative impact of that immediately.
Right.
Because not everybody is your mom and your dad.
It comes like the example that's not with the child, that you give them a safe environment.
Correct.
Right.
So the safe environment don't necessarily prepare you for the real world in that sense. So I can think about the years, and I understand it now. If I walk past somebody and they don't say good morning, where you would let it strike you as a surprise because you grew up in a safe, but they didn't grow up in that. The person who passed you and they don't say good morning, or if I give you something and you don't say thank you, I could think about multiple times in my life where I let something like that surprise me because I didn't have sufficient training and exposure to people like that. So it always, maybe it stands out a little too much when I meet somebody who's not on that playing field. You understand?
I'm following you perfectly.
Okay, great. So something that I do now, whether it's right or wrong, is something that I do. But like if I interacted with Healy and Anna, and they're growing up, and so far I think they're doing a pretty good job. Thanks, please, excuse me, more or less, right? But at times, I will tell them, hey, not everybody you meet in life says thank you and please. So that they will be a little bit more equipped than me now, that when they meet somebody, it's not surprising. You understand? It shouldn't be as surprising to them as it is to me. They shouldn't, I think one of the, and maybe this could even tie into the discussions on garbage and that type of thing. I want to learn more and more that the ideals that I have, I do expect everybody to have it. And if they don't have it, it's not surprising me to a point where it bothers me for more than 2 minutes. Because then I will start to walk around saying, okay, let me say for instance, Indian music does bother you by the river. And you choose, well, I will mingle by the river, boy, because all I hear is loudness and who drinking and who thing. There are spots that you could find that are not like that. But you, because of this ideal that you're walking around with, you will just cheat yourself altogether.
I just ain't going to the river.
You just ain't going to the river.
Yeah.
You know, or you just are wrong a scenario like that, and where you could have spent 20 minutes enjoying yourself, you spend 25 while you're there in the experience. And when you're leaving, boy, you really should not go to the river, boy. This is the same thing you do. There's all this garbage and this loud Indian music and thing. It started to dominate your world. Other people's ideals or lack, what you perceive as lack. And there's a perception, there's a dread thing, because I perceive, and well, everybody's supposed to grow up and say, please and thank you and good morning, that kind of thing. But who said that? Who write that constitution? Who write that constitution?
It's true.
And to the extent where it should bother me so much?
And the same way how you find that, hey, Boy, you should really say good morning, boy. They will be saying, so why you have to tell everybody good morning? Are you see?
He's a nuisance.
Yeah, you bother me. Because some children might go outside. Morning, daddy. What's so good about the morning? Why you telling me good morning for, boy?
Exactly.
And then some other people might come out. One boy yesterday, I'd say good morning, son. Good morning, daddy. So he learned now over the years. Good morning, daddy. Good morning, mommy. Good morning, everybody in the maxi. Good morning, everybody in the school. The little son now who gets shut down from his father. Like, boy, you gone so much good morning now, boy. No, and that is the thing. And according to you, who write the constitution for these things? Who write the constitution for these things? You know, while you were talking there, and that's why I like to talk to sensible people. Because when you're talking to sensible people, it is trigger your mind into thoughts. You ever hear about the Stockholm syndrome? In a brief kind of way, explain what is the Stockholm syndrome?
Is that where like somebody is kidnapped, but they actually, because of maybe how the captor treat them, that they fall in love with them, or they have a affinity with them that other people might see as unreasonable?
Very, very much on point. So, I mean, I never really went into it very closely, and maybe somebody could type in a very short definition as to what is Stockholm syndrome. And the reason why I would like to touch on this topic is because while Lyndon was speaking, it triggered some thoughts in my head. And I think that we could be onto something in terms of people's strange behaviors in the home, in terms of people who have been abused, and you're telling yourself that they want to break generational curses and that kind of thing. Why isn't it happening? And I think we will be able to use the Stockholm syndrome to be able to unravel this from one perspective. So if somebody in the comments, or maybe we ourselves could do it, right? Just get like a little short definition, right? And we'll come back to the comments and check it. Let me just rest my voice here a little bit. Right? So we'll come back and, right, somebody says, might start to sympathize their abusers and even feel that they are in the right. Okay, great. All right, so guys, let me just pause for a cause. Lyndon drinking some water, right? I had no intention that this live was going to go on so long, but we enjoying it. I think we having some really, really good topics taking place. Look at Advant. How are you going at Advant? All right, so definitely I saw yes, Kimberly was accused of being in the Stockholm syndrome, right? She was worshipping her captor Lyndon. Lyndon was the captor. Coffee break. Oh gosh, Kimberly. She said she remember she was being accused of being in the Stockholm syndrome with you. They was abusing the girl and she was worshipping you.
I put some water in the favor.
What? Oh, that?
Yeah.
Alright.
So here I could do by Sana taking a break, right? I'm going to rush some ways and I go join back. Just to let you all know, I don't really wash away something except when the camera on. And I have the opportunity to film it. Oh, and yes, Lasana. You know, on that why I was talking to you about like a safe environment, right? And the the resilience that I believe it creates in people a little bit later on. When like I can think about a number of safe interactions with mommy and daddy where they would they're either complimentary on something,
Right.
or they compliment you still, and then they encourage you in terms of how you could probably, improve it or upgrade it. Maybe the form of stories, because I was more into the writing aspect of it, right? Now, how I believe that make me resilient is that even today, if I dealing on in a YouTube space or writing, or you go on Amazon and you see a negative review, I could see it from the point of view of this is a professional engagement here. This is nothing that I am to take personal or is to grind at my ego.
Right. But it's the author we dealing with it.
Yeah, and the author, the YouTuber. So whether it's a comment in the form of constructive criticism, or whether there's a comment in the terms of just, that's a plain old kind of nasty comment, so to say.
Right.
That it honestly, it do great, man.
Well,
G-R-E-T-E.
You don't read to it.
Yeah, no, it do great, man. It don't have anything that I will feel like, hey boy, my self-esteem has been
Yeah.
eroded in some way or crushed. I wouldn't even bother to hide a comment like that.
Yeah.
The comment had to be so from that point of view, maybe if I grew up in a home where I face a lot of criticism or different aspects of it, that then if it comes forth, it's like, oh boy, just without me being able to connect to that episode in my childhood or my life.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I see your point.
And you didn't quite finish it when you were talking about it, but this idea of like a relationship that is improved in our family and the children around. Something that mommy and they do with us, boy, is, and a lot of these things, yes, it might cost you to get there, but a lot of these things are free. And I boil it down to doing physical things with your children. The river, the beach, walking to the closest park and pushing them on a swing, letting them fall down. You know that thing, you just push and get dizzy on the roundabout or whatever. You let them fall down on that a couple of times. You get the merry-go-round. The merry-go-round. It is, I find it weird, and I still can't believe this often. I find it weird that a lot of the things that it is the see.
Dancer.
Yeah, man. People doing together, and there's a strong element in uniting our family. It's around free events. I'll say it has a cost to go there, right?
Right.
But you could still enjoy the beach for free. You could go Eddie Hart or the Savannah closest to you and push your child in a swing for free. It's weird, eh?
You ever think about how rich every Trinidadian really is? You own the parks.
Yeah.
You own the beaches. You own the rivers. You could tell people he's a millionaire. Everybody's a millionaire. Just imagine I own the botanical gardens. I own that. I own the Queen's Park Savannah. I own
books in the library.
I own all the books in the library. Yes, people, I have millions of books in my library.
You might read them.
I might read them. Right? Yeah, it's true. You are as rich as you want to be, you know. Just open your eyes. Just open your eyes. So, the thought I talk about, I think Stockholm Syndrome had to do with a jail, right? And basically, it's like becoming institutionalized. Men have spent decades in jail, and at the end of it, they let them back out into society. And the men feel naked when they return to society. I cannot make it outside here. And they want to go back in jail. There was a movie on that. Could you remember an old man came out of jail? he got a job in a grocery store to pack groceries. They give him enough stipend that he could rent a little place, and eventually he tried to even commit a crime for them to place him back into jail. But they knew what he was doing, so they didn't put him back into jail. And in his little room, he took his life because he just couldn't make it. And this leads me to believe, just listen with an open mind. Okay? Listen with an open mind. Take it with a pinch of salt, or don't even process it if you don't think it worth it. This is just a thought that occurred to me. You're a little child. You grew up in a house. Your father beating you. Your mother quarreling. Your brothers treating you bad. Your sisters treating you bad. You're going to school, people calling you stupidity. All kind of things. Your self-esteem is low. This world has nothing to offer. All you know in life is bad treatment. And you suddenly begin to probably think, it's hard for me to say because I did not grow up in that, but this is what you know. And probably in that child's mind, all the way into adulthood, you probably actually start to believe that this is what life is. So now you begin expecting that. Because let's look on the other flip side of the coin. You grew up in a home where from your mother's breast, nothing that you experienced was other than love, good treatment, compliments, good communicating skills. You want that because that's what you grew up in. Is there a possibility that all the abuse, all the licks, all the name callings, you grew up knowing that? And is there a possibility that you want that?
Yeah. That's what I say.
Because if you are training a child, for instance, in certain countries, they grab up these youths from small and begin to teach them a lot of hate, put guns into their hand, slap them, treat them like big men, turn them into war machines, and all they want, yes, beast of donation, beast of
no nation,
right? You are training. Remember, a child has the ability to learn. So if you, from small, all you have been experiencing is ill treatment, then you are going to want that for the rest of your life.
That's right.
Even though you may watch people who have in loving relationships, is it that you may be pretending that you want that also? Because it's the, you get to understand, is the norm about love. Is there a possibility that in the home you want to hear some quarrel? You want a memory of what you came from? Children that have been molested. Is it that throughout your lifetime that you could become an adult and want to be promiscuous because it is what you were exposed to? That you don't feel validated unless you are mistreated as a human being, as a sexual object? And this is food for thought, guys. This is food for thought. There is a possibility that people who have had bad experiences, what we deem as bad experiences, they actually know it as life.
Right. So was that person's responsibility now to find a partner that had the same kind of lifestyle and they could be quite happy in their arrangement? I mean, it might be weird.
Well, that will be ideal, because listen, if you want licks, then find yourself a woman beater or a man beater. So
something important to remember here or repeat is this idea that they say at the beginning of this, are very be open-minded to the discussion, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the viewer who might be now tuned in. Because it requires open mind, but the trauma here has been, as I who write the constitution and what normal is, right?
Right.
Or what should be defined as normal or acceptable in society. But if the trauma is sufficient in that person and they don't want to fix it, then have an arrangement with somebody else that.
Yeah, but you see, you reached a good place there that they want to fix it. But the thing about it, to them, it had nothing to fix.
Exactly. That's
I see you do the quotation, right? It had nothing to fix. Nothing is wrong with me. Everything is wrong with him. Everything is wrong with him. Or everything is wrong with her. And then there is this rule that opposites attract. So a person that has been abused will most likely be attracted to somebody that is loving. And it will be nice if the person that is loving could be influential on the person that did not receive love. But sad to say, it will always be the person that love this end up getting the abuse. And to be honest, listen, to be honest, Lyndon, right? To be honest, and parents, I hope all you're listening to this, right? Please educate your children. I'm talking about parents who know that they have a loving home and really trying to give nothing but love. Yes, listen, every relationship has arguments and that kind of thing. But we're talking about people who try to make amends. Hey, we're not going to sleep with this to wake up with this issue in the morning. Let me deal with this now. Let me deal with this. Let me bring peace in the home. Don't let the sun go down upon your rot. Kind of mentality, right? Olia, be very mindful. Educate your children. I telling you, I telling you, boy. Nobody should subject themselves to that. And if you inside of that, and you could find a way out of that, forget all this talk. Bob Maluana is talking about marriage works, and it has some marriages ain't going to work. Let me be real. I told mommy that a couple months ago. I said, Mommy, I appreciate the channel that all you have, right? That all you're trying to encourage people to have good marriages and things. But understand something. You can't send down a message out to everybody because some people will die. Some people will die. And when I say die, I am not being figurative. I'm being real. We just see it on the news, guys. We just see it on the news. And people is talk about they want to break generational curses. How could you break a curse when you don't even recognize that you are in the curse and creating the curse to continue its longevity? How are you going to break it if you even recognize that you're in it? Yeah, I'm telling you, when one of the things, because I have been doing extensive research on parent alienation, and one of the things that is critical is you are creating children with very low self-esteem, and there are predators outside here just waiting for those type of children. Male and female. Males will be dominated. Females will be dominated also.
You know,
yeah, go ahead.
No.
I interrupted. You know what really is the sad thing? The sad thing is, listen, it has some people going to believe your story. It has some people just ain't going to believe it. They will go to their grave thinking what they have to think. Listen, I am not here to convince anybody. I am here actually talking today on a level playing field because I want to help people. But sometimes, and you can't blame people for it, it may be the school, it may be neighbors, it may be teachers. They are observing. They know the truth. Your children, I'm talking about people who are experiencing things with their children, such as parent alienation, that kind of thing, or child abuse, whatever. Those teachers are aware of it, but they are not prepared to go down the road as to standing up against that. A lot of people turn a blind eye because you know what? They just really don't want to get involved. And I don't blame anybody for that. Because to take the invested interest, you're talking about you may have to end up going to court. You may have to provide evidence. You will have to get the police involved. You may have to get a lawyer. Because definitely the other parent is going to try to come and counteract you with a sue or some kind of thing like that. So, parents and teachers, I understand if they don't want to, hey, you see that matter? The principal might even tell the teacher, hey, leave that matter alone. We do need that kind of attention here. Because just imagine if a child receives a lot of blue and black marks on their body through the father beat them up, or an uncle or something, or a mother or father. And that child go to school with them marks. And the teacher observe, hey, but Johnny, why? Poor Johnny, hey, Johnny made me score for everything. Johnny, what happened to your hand? And upon questioning, realize that Johnny abused. And lift up Johnny's shirt and see terrible marks of abuse. You know that teacher could kill it right there in that classroom and just decide, hey, you see me? Or might I even see the blue black marks and even worry to ask Johnny anything? Because they know the road they have to walk down. They have to go to the principal. The principal might say, hey, listen, this school has been incident free. And you see Johnny Father is a dread man. We don't need this. This is how the world is. Some people grow up in them homes. And hear this, to be honest with you, things ain't even going and change for Johnny. Johnny actually stand a better chance in school here, coming to school with the blue black marks. If we only involve Johnny Father and them in this, poor fella Johnny.
You let God.
The father might kill him. Yeah. And people just keeping quiet. They just keeping quiet. So, I know we have a couple of teachers in here, and I'm sure some of them could see that they understand where I'm coming from. Many times, you have to turn a blind eye.
Yeah. And a lot of times too, you're putting neck on the line for different instances, and you pay the steeper price, you know.
You telling me?
Yeah.
I will come up and say, hey, stay out of husband and wife business. Look at the proximity. You living right here. My house, you could bend on and touch my roof. If I'm in front there, and let me say some confusion taking place in that house, and you hear children start to bawl and that kind of thing. If police show up by me next half an hour, who report me? My cousin around the corner, them people across there, who report me? Immediately, here's the prime suspect. And when the police call, I start the true words for you. Also, you calling police for me? All right, brother. And a war start. You will keep quiet. You will keep quiet. But There is something, however, especially being a father to your daughters. You hear children. That's a different story. I telling you, if I hear my neighbor children bawling for their life or something, police, boy, police. I ain't playing with children. I ain't playing with children. I know a little girl. Okay, what she tell me? She would have been like about 16 at the time. Right? That girl from quite down Mayaro side. We get around to talking. And she telling me things was bad in the home. She was living with her uncle and her aunt. So somebody is the in-law, somebody is the blood thing. And they were abusing her. Not sexually, but licks and all kind of thing. She eat from the pot, licks. And one day she called Children's Authority. And they came. Children's Authority came. And when they left, boy, she get one of the sweetest cocktail of she life. She never dare call Children's Authority again. That's what bullies do. That is what bullies do. Bullies know the system better than you, the victim. They always know the system. And one good song cocktail or one good threat, and they lock you in the jaws of fear. What is the next step? What is the next step? Who is there to protect you? It have wives. A lady called me a couple months ago. Licks from she husband. Licks, Lyndon. Same thing. Get the police involved. Licks. She said, I don't know who to talk to again. I don't know who to talk to again. Anywhere I go, this man will catch me and will kill me. You know how many wives just run away? I just remember that, guys, and I want all to put this in all the pipe and smoke it nice and slow. Which abuser you see running out of the house is the person that getting the licks, the boss head, the cutlass pulling. Them is be the ones that had to run. You can't get a man who abusing you to run out the house. How you get strong so? Were you taking sonatogen? No, but yeah, realistically, women run out of their house for their life. Men too.
It could happen to men too, yeah.
Men too. Men run out of their house in their jockey shorts, running for their life. Because they know the goose cook if they stay. And you run to family. That man is coming for you. That man is coming for you. You are his prize.
Prize punching bag.
Yes. Nobody else must have that little
thing. Hey, but hear this now. You know, it's so interesting that they say that, eh? Whoa. They know that never... When you lose, we call it a prize punching bag because that's what you are to that person, right? You could imagine that there's a part of their trauma, their experience in life that predispose them to that, right? To that type of behavior. Yeah. And then suddenly they don't have you to pick on,
boy, to like a take fish out of water, boy.
Wow.
Because remember, Okay, if it is they have like a side punching bag, they have an ex-gym, they have an ex-woman somewhere that receiving the same kind of treatment, then they have an alternative plan. Right? So that's why you call like narcissists have different sources. Usually, when a narcissist get rid of you, like run you out of your house or something, they already have an next supply.
Wow.
So, hey, you have served your purpose, that boxing bag boss, get out of here. But you don't dare leave that house if they're done with you, you know. Because they don't have a next supply lineup. And that is the truth I tell it all. You know, guys, anytime you leave an abusive partner before time, prematurely, before they finish use you, they're coming for you. They are coming for you. Them ain't done with you yet.
You'll get the female abuser doing that too?
Of what? Boy, it have a woman, boy, you never see videos with big strong women. The husband take a chance and he flee for his life and then go on and watch me collar you and have a cutlass in their hand and hit you 2 planners on your face. And hey, get back home, boy. Boy, just you don't see them things, Lyndon. It's a woman pulling back up with their car with their homie sisters. Hey, get your stuff. Get in here. You're going back home with me, baby. You making joke, or? Boy, there's some woman outside here with gun, all kind of thing. You know it's something funny.
Yeah,
You do know.
Yeah.
You do know. So when you hear a woman want to play she breaking free from a man who ain't have an ex-woman, but hey, I just enjoy coming home here. Hey, girl, bring me food. So much I tell you, don't put the dal on top of my rice. Or hey, I don't want no pigtail girl. Put beef on that. All nationalities, all races.
All kind of.
I have to make sure I balance it there. I say dal and rice, so I make sure I talk about pilau too, with pigtail and beef. Right? But that is the reality. It have men coming home. It have wives coming home to abuse you.
Okay, my professor thanks you for food when you come home.
Could you imagine? And the thing about it, so this is the wife home here. Oh God, she coming home this summer now. Let me hot up that food and you go on there, light up the stove. They try to take it out perfect. Right? And you rest it down. Don't care the plate of food perfect. So far you put the plate from me, girl. We take them out longer. Do you know, after a couple of years, if that man come home and they make no noise, you know that wife uncomfortable? Until she say, what happened?
You alright?
You alright, boy? She getting accustomed to the abuse. She miss it. She miss it, guys. It's only when you come out of a situation and you begin to look back, the realization will hit you just like that. What the hell was I subjecting myself to? What the hell was I allowing in my life?
Okay, so how do you identify that you're in that situation? Because okay, for instance,
Wow.
You know, is it
who as the abused?
Yeah, is it a particular tone of voice you're using? Is it a constant? Is it a measuring stick that you can say, well, if 9 out of 10 things come out of this person is negative or belittling, that I fall into the category of being abused? Because I'm wondering if Kim just abused me now and I just didn't recognize it as yet. No, that's not realistic. I just pull an example.
Alright.
You know? You know, like how do you decipher and to be able to say, well, hey boy, this is, or even identify. Because let me say, for instance, I could think about things that might happen or have happened in the past, whether it's in a professional capacity, or maybe there's something internal to me. And maybe I just start to be, let me see what grumpy, right? You start being grumpy and then you start using a certain tone, or you start being abrupt. So you're out of the ordinary of what will count as a healthy relationship, so to say. And because you have to have, really and truly, as an individual who you want to have what they call, I guess, self-respect.
Yeah.
You have to, Kimberly, or a wife, or a husband, it might be a viewer, you have to have something in your mind, some sort of education in your mind, that you could identify, hey, I have a very good relationship with my spouse, but there's something that has been happening in the last 2 or 3 days, and we just need a little, the rudder just maybe slightly off, and it would, before the boat just tip over and capsize, that you could just correct that. Hey, honey, babe, what going on, XYZ? And you could just correct it so it don't become full blown. Or is it that, hey boy, some people just mount up that way because of their experiences and they go into a relationship. In other words, could a relationship start off in a very sweet manner for years? Right. Or is it that, hey boy, you just kick a bad foot and choose the wrong partner?
I have the answer for you now. I have the answer. And I only have the answer because of where you reached there. And that is the beginning of the relationship. I was talking to somebody recently. And what happens is, we know all relationships, no relationship will start on a man just walk up to a woman, power slap, or a woman walk up to a man, power slap, and you hug up and that is your relationship started. It will always start lovey-dovey. Right? We talk about them types of relationship. Now I know that a proper relationship starts up with good conversations, probably for an extended period of months or maybe a year, 2 years, right? The longer the better, right? Getting to know somebody, to grow with somebody. However, these relationships usually start on a very shallow foundation. These relationships may be 1 or 2 phone calls, 1 or 2 outings, and then it goes into a sexual relationship.
What do you mean? The relation, the negative?
So we're talking about this negative.
Oh, okay.
The question that you asked me is, how does someone recognize if am I really being abused? That's the question here. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Right? What are some of the key things? So the best way to be able to explain it to me is this. You start off in a relationship, it was good, and then things suddenly start to happen. Now, what will happen is usually that partner begins to test boundaries. It's not a sudden thing where 1 month after the man just started beat you just so he just come out that morning, pa. No. It's slow, it's methodical. It's well planned and well executed. So these people will slowly test the boundaries. And if you do not stand up and say, hey, listen, you're stepping overboard there. I have my boundaries. You allow it. And they will keep pushing you every day. And what you are doing is you are actually compromising. And they stretch your compromise all the way to its limits. Eventually, because you are being over compromising. Compromising meaning to say, all right, in this case, the compromising is taking place, but only on one person's part. So therefore, all your needs, all your desires are slowly being placed on the back burner. And we are only doing it your way. We're only going to visit your family. We're only having your friends over. Hey, I would like to have I want a good partner to check with, or hey, I want one of my girlfriends to come across. No. This weekend we have something planned. Right? Remember, we had that plan. But we had that plan, girl. We had that plan. What you're talking about? But you see what happened there? You're losing your dignity, your self-respect. You will stop taking care of yourself. Lady nails growing long, nails broken, some filed, some unfiled. Your skin dry, your heel cracking up like an elephant, right? Your hair looking disheveled. Men looking scruffy, right? You're beginning to lose your self-respect. But it is a gradual thing. You will have your friends now, or you will have your family members. Hey, listener, girl, why are you letting this man do this to you? You forget who you were.
This is a general question. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
This is a general question, right? Do you think when it comes to family members and friends who speak into a friend that's in that type of position, do you think that people are direct enough as they should be? Like, for instance, if I come to you and I'm talking to you, that maybe I try to talk to you in a roundabout way, or I use a fable or a story or a allegory, hoping that you pick up or read between the lines, versus coming out and saying plain as day, hey, this is the. Do you think people need to be a little bit more direct when they speak to people who might be in situations like that?
Based on life experience, whether it me being the recipient or hearing stories from other people, it's not going to make a difference in my opinion.
If they're direct or not.
Whether they're direct or not.
But why? Because there's a denial, or the person sufficiently hammered into submission?
It's fear. You have fear. You have fear that if this person only know that you highlighting this, you could be in trouble for it. Or I could lose the relationship I have with you or this friend. And also, remember, you have been gradually groomed into this abuse that you are receiving. So it is becoming normal to you. This is what I'm saying, you know. Just imagine an adult who had a happy, go-lucky life. And just imagine you could be schooled into, hey, you take your abuse, you enjoy your abuse, you are mine, I am here to manipulate you. Listen, go in your bedroom, hello, go pick up my shoes, put it under the bed for me, please. You are under the control, and boy, I'm telling you, you know what it takes? You know what I think it really takes to get out of an abusive relationship? A life-threatening one. It takes a life-threatening experience to get out of an active abusive relationship. Whether it be that you end up on drugs, whether it be that you end up in an asylum, whether it mean that you end up in the hospital with half of your neck chopped off, or you're missing a limb. Sad to see, this is how some people exit out of an abusive relationship, and some exit in a box with 6 feet of dirt underneath them, or in a furnace, how much ever degrees it is be. That is the end of some abusive relationships, and that's the reality all over the world. That is the reality. Sad, but that is what it is. Whoever might be locked on here listening and was able to get out of an abusive relationship, well done. Well done, thank God. And continue on your journey of healing and becoming the best person that you could be. Forget about that abuser. Forget about them. Stop doing research on the abuser. Start to do research about how to heal from the damages of the abuser. Change your focus. Sometimes we are worshipping the people that have abused us. We worship them by doing research on them. Why are you researching them? Focus now on you. Focus now on you guys. Stop giving them. They're still controlling you. They're still manipulating about you. Why do you want to know so much about the narcissist? You lived with one. Focus on yourself now. Hey, how do I deal with the abuse, the physical abuse for those who are being physically abused, the molestation? How do I deal with molest, the hurt? How do I deal with the fact of parent alienation? Start to educate yourself about yourself.
Yeah, what you're talking about is an investment in yourself.
Yes.
Right? I think it's even a healthy reminder for me and people who are in a good living situation that you continue to invest in yourself in some format. And one of the easiest forms it might take is, let me just say, whether it's spirituality or health or a combination of them. Because that's what it's kind of put you in a position to kind of be able to, as you invest in yourself, your idea is that, hey, you want to be better in some form. And these are things that can help you commit to the boundaries that you establish because you invested in yourself. So it's because it's already important for somebody who have a kind of stable life to say, I continue to invest in myself. So more so for the person who's in a position of being abused to invest in yourself. The sad thing is when you just see that, somebody might be hearing this, but until they get into that life-threatening situation, that will already make a difference.
So much people locked on here right now and don't know that they're in an abusive relationship, but they know that, hey, when their husband or their wife come, bam, they switch off the TV and they start to get busy. You're in an abusive relationship. If you had to do things where when your husband or your wife come home, you suddenly had to switch off that TV or take off the radio or put on your phone, you're in an abusive relationship. But you don't see it. And that's because of how much you have been degraded as a human being, boy.
I think it's key because you talk about the lack of care that you might suddenly stop putting into yourself. And if somebody takes some form of care and they reintroduce it to their life.
Oh boy, you're talking.
Because you will now become aware.
Yeah.
If, for instance, like simple things, a walk.
Yeah.
But it's 5 or 10, it's amazing things that you start to process even in a kind of, was it with subconscious type of it?
Yeah.
And just come to you and you realize certain things, but you could have only really seen by I think a real important experience for men and maybe for women is something like going by the barber.
Self-care. And what Lyndon is saying here, guys, is so true. When you begin to take care of yourself, do something out of the ordinary. Listen, all of you which, sorry to say it like this because that's how it is look. All of you with your disheveled hairstyles and your crooked toenails and your dry calves.
Is it a consequence
Right?
of?
You look at yourself now. Look at the palm of your hands. Look at your fingernails. Men, get up. Go and look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I looking good?
And am I here because of some aspect of,
Yeah.
you're ignoring self-care because of,
Yeah.
abuse?
Take a shave. Take a shave and look at your face. For those of you who ain't brush your teeth for about 5 days, put some toothpaste on your toothbrush and go and scrub your teeth.
Hey, so are those things that somebody who subjected to abuse may?
But you'll stop brushing your teeth, all kind of thing, boy.
Seriously?
But you didn't hear me not saying these shorts there. Get up, go and bathe, brush your teeth. It had some people 3-4 days will pass. And they
No, but
cannot
this
get up the soap.
is directly linked to
Abuse.
seriously.
Abuse and depression. Well, depression will be an outcome of an abuse. You have abusive thoughts, or you're actually facing abuse.
Bathing could lose its appeal.
Lyndon, it have people in the crowd here might be willing to say, how many of let's stop bathing for 2-3 days?
Because of problems.
How many people here brave enough to say, I make about 2 days without bathing?
And it directly linked.
Yes.
Was the longest you ever went without bathing?
That I will say 2 days.
When I too bad, you might not go fishing or something.
Yeah. No. I talking about I just zone out and hey, it is what it is.
You want any kind of medication? Or just a state of mind that?
I was on cannabis. Right? Yeah, no, but no, really. You stop taking care. You stop taking care of yourself. I went by a lady and she was giving me a pedicure. Right? And I asked her, we began talking about like people in abusive relationships. And she made that same point that you made. She said, the best thing a person could do for themselves when they are in an abusive relationship is self-care, self-love. And when you begin to take care of yourself and value yourself, hey, look at me now. Look at how good I am looking. When people see that, the abuser is bewildered as to where is this coming from? Well, of course, if he's a tyrant, what happened here? Well, man, now what? We're looking good so far.
Oh boy.
Ready to pull your back down. Ready to pull your back down. And guys, sometimes I'm talking from the woman point of view, but remember, it happens to the men also. You going on the road, well, how come all of a sudden you shave up so? You going to meet somebody or what? Right? So, after a while, once you persist with it, you will reach that point where you're going to stand up. You're going to stand up. But just remember, guys, if you watch videos on narcissism, there is always a part in the video that when you are standing eventually against a narcissist, they always tell you, do not do this if you think your life is at risk. And I listen, I am doing a presentation here. Right? And I don't want to mislead anybody. So let all you know this here right now. If you employ some tactics to be able to begin to, whether it is to stand up against this narcissist or to even leave the home, there is a risk factor. And I'm talking about the greatest risk, which is your life. And that's how a lot of people remain stuck. And they just decide to give up. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense fixing up my hair. It doesn't make sense me taking a shave. It doesn't make sense to me to cut my fingernails. I am nobody. And I will remain a nobody. Until you are nobody.
Life hard, because you think about people who in different circumstances, you're wondering if something is salvageable, is the word? You know, you're clinging maybe to some hope, because you can think about...
Yeah, see when I brush your teeth, man.
Yeah, I did. I was beginning to suspect that I might be suffering from depression a little about.
Yeah.
I believe I make the 3-day mark. Yeah. You know that you're wondering if something is... you could salvage something. Because if you think about it, even using the example of content creation, right? Somebody might go along creating content for 3 years, 4 years, and you're just clinging to the idea of, well, maybe I'll make my mark one day. Maybe this video might be the one that could take off or improve things.
Right.
So imagine the person who trapped in a situation like what you're describing. Maybe today's the day that it will improve. Maybe the day that my spouse will come home and things could be a little bit better. So you're trapped by hope, which is noble, and that hope could be fueled by spirituality. You have made a commitment, you have made a noble contract that you regard as spiritual. So you're biding your time based on those values, right?
Things will get better one day.
You're not going to, you may be the type looking on that you daily, you say your prayer. You know that love, hope, long suffering, experience bring patience, these type of aspects. So you're committed to it from that standpoint, and you're guided by that framework, that ideal that has been instilled in you since childhood. Then you have the aspect of the financial constraints, in that the situation may be desperate enough that you know I have to have a support framework that could accept it. And then every decision that you make, just like building a system or programming a system, I'm not going to build a system that's based on the needs of 2024. Mm-hmm. I'll be building a terrible system if I do that.
Right.
I had to build a system that caters for 2010 and beyond. But the system that you recognize that you have in the form of a home to go home to by your mother, your brother might want to receive you, but he could only receive you for so long.
Yeah.
Maybe you mightn't pull with your sister husband. So now you have another constraint that come on you, and you're just really, honestly, in a bind.
Yeah. Tell him I passed by your father.
Sana say he passed by your father. Sana say he passed by your father. Oh, okay. Hey, well, I want to say good morning, a special good morning to my partner Declan, Sukraj, his brother Justin, his sister Ari, and the father, the original Bobo. Or there was no Bobo because some of you, because I went to buy Farmer Harry with him. That's the same time Stefan Feldman, the Alphabet Man, went up. Everything good, sir?
And big shout out to Declan's wife also.
Yeah,
and
boy.
their daughter. Yeah.
Alright, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, so you have all these things that you're constrained by, and you want to make a decision, but you can't. I mean, let me say realistically, not realistically, hopefully, but there's things that go south with Kimberly. And listening to us talking, Kimberly realized, hey, Lyndon is really an abusive guy, and I think we should rack up shop, even though it have children involved or whatever. And don't get violent, but maybe where are you in? Where are you going? And I might have a place to temporarily put down my head. But where
But I
are
can assure
you
you one
going to
thing.
be in 2010?
You ain't gonna have to go nowhere. Because if you are the abusive one and your wife come home to tell you, hey, listen, I can't take your abuse anymore. Get out the house. You will not get out. You say, well, you are the problem. You go. Your wife coming home to tell you, hey, I can't take your abuse anymore. You know? But she done abused already. So what here she coming home, eh? You tell me, listen to this nonsense. Lyndon, I don't think we can make it, you know. I think this relationship had to come to the end. You will have to move out of the house, eh? You talking to the abuser like that?
Yeah.
Come on now, man. Boy, what you go tell? She put yourself in the abuse. Girl, what you telling me? Hey, yo, go back out that door. Think about what you was thinking about and come back in here for me, please. And take up my food, eh?
Okay, so I'm gonna take a vocal break there.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you think
To ease up his pipes. I'm just gonna scroll back up and try to catch up on some comments, right? 3D Daisy, blessed morning, Sana, Kimberly, and Lyndon, special hello. And folks, I scroll up as far as I could. So if I miss some of the comments, please don't take it personal. G. Pillai says, I always thought of Ma and Pa Baptiste had the monopoly of intellectualism in the family. Fact is, they do. But they have done okay well that we see inherent in the children. Very well displayed in Mr. Sana. Excellent.
Thank you.
Florence Kalitran. Guys, I'm in and out because I'm working. So special good morning again to you, Florence, and thank you very much for those of you who locked on. Big up 158 people in the chat. Thanks for your time. I know you're probably in the background working and doing different things. Leslie Ann says, good morning. Let me see. This is from, is it Nessie? N-E-S-E? Mr. Sana, good morning. We'll meet you in person one day. And then Deborah says, Daddy Lance and Lulu. Good example of great marriage life. Also, Lyndon and Kim. Not forgetting my hobby and I. Thanks very much for that comment, Deborah. And you know, when Kimberly and I go to the beach with the children, and you look along the stretch of sand in either direction, and you see parents playing with the children on shore. It might be the mom standing guard as the children run, making sure they're safe. You look in either direction and you see this. I would always tell Kimberly on every visit, isn't it wonderful to see parents in different places making to be family oriented, the effort to be family oriented. So yeah, I also shout out to Deborah and everyone that's in your own way around the commitment of life and the heartaches and stresses that you invest in your family. The beaches are, I think, as I say, a great example of that. Only those who have endured abuse will understand fully what you see. And Nessie, that is a very good point that you have raised there. Because speaking to Lasana, even earlier when Tina mentioned the loss of her mom, you might be able to kind of sympathize, but until it has happened to you, there are things that Lasana speaks about that I can't exactly relate to. So I know there's a disconnect, and I appreciate what you're saying there, that you have to kind of go through it to be able to relate. And so I really appreciate and value that comment. Selena couldn't have said it better. Michael Sobrano, big up to the moderators in the chat.
Yes.
Communication is key. Very much so. It is sad but true. That's from Leslie Ann. Healing is looking good on you, Mr. Sam. That is from Nessie again.
Oh, yeah.
Florence, how are you? Florence, Deborah, I am good. Guess who passed and checked me the other day? Faz. It was nice seeing and meeting up for the first time. So
Who passed on to you?
Florence, Faz, passed and checked up.
Very nice,
So
very
nice to
nice.
see the
Very
community
nice.
engaging, and you must. This is from Michael. You must love and help yourself first
Of
before
course.
you can help anyone. It is called the secret. That is key. Andrew Tate. Florence, you don't care to eat, you feel like there is no reason to live anymore. I guess it's in reference to the conversation we were having about self-care. When you go in front of a mirror, who do you see? Love yourself first. That is from Deborah. Put God first. And Karen, thanks very much for that reminder. Pray. I was in for 12 years. And I appreciate that reminder. I think in the midst of positive mindset and different aspects like that, it is key to make a daily investment in my spirituality. I often forget, but I think is key. A daily investment, because I believe whatever form of worship you take, or the God of, what do you say, the God of your understanding. Right. The God of your understanding, I think, is a very important element. That if you are, from a Christianity point of view, somebody might, you adopt the words a child of God, right? And you're praying for certain outcome, or maybe Lord help me, you're beseeching the Lord. But then you have this responsibility of, like really remembering your things, like your daily prayer, your daily gratitude to the Creator. I think it's unreasonable. What I'm trying to say is unreasonable to hope and pray for results and hope and trust that they would come without you doing your part, Alright, I just have to decline a call there. I'll come back to it in a bit. Lisa's story. Having come through abuse as a child, it took me years to build my self-esteem and confidence, and to know that I deserve love and happiness. Yes, and Patricia is reaffirming that, Lisa, you deserve the best. Hey, you know what? I know I don't do it often enough, but it's one of the things I really like to do, right? I like to kneel down in front of my children and tell them, hey, you are very important, not just to me, but to a lot of people. Like, let's just let them know they're talking to somebody there.
Well,
you actually
you bring yourself down to them level.
Yeah. And they could just see you, you're not just looking down at them saying,
TWA, I hope you hear that.
Yeah. And you just that confirmation that they miss video at the end of, what's that song that she sings at the end of the school day? I am special. I am special. Yeah. So it's good that like when we maybe cheated to some extent of these things, that you really invest in yourself, and you could get back to that point where I guess you're not totally healed from the situation ever, but you know what to turn to as a source of thing, right? Singing Francis said, dog does run, cat does run away. She never said abuser does run away. I have heard or known of the abused running away, not the abuser.
Who said that?
This is from G. Pillai. Candice said, I have to leave Mr. Sana, but I'm back. I think I speak for all of us when I say we all feel blessed to be here with you and Mr. Lincoln, and you both sharing with us. We appreciate it so much. Glad to hear, Candice.
Yeah.
Leslie, and good morning to Candy. And in a
Candy in the house. Candy, good morning to you. I hope that all is well with you. All right. I know of your situation, and I was actually trying to call you. All right? I was actually trying to call you. I wish I could do more for you. I will pray for you. All right? I will She said she made back the spill. Right. So, Candy is going through a really rough experience, guys. And she really needs your prayers. She really needs your prayers. Alright? So, sending lots of love to you, Candy. And anybody who wants to send Candy some love? Yes.
All right. In advance, make the most of being given a totally new life. Live it in peace, love, gratitude, and positivity, even more than before. A concise, beautiful comment. I'll read it one more time. Make the most of being given a totally new life. Live it in peace, love, gratitude, and positivity, even more than before. So we'll catch up on the some more comments in a bit. What's the plan?
I have to leave.
All right.
I have to leave.
And you do remember your Bushman call, right?
Yes.
All right.
And I need you to forward that number to my phone.
Okay.
Right? But it was a real
You want something to eat
impromptu.
before you go?
No, I did. Thanks. Okay. Yeah. It was a real impromptu live. I want to say that I thoroughly enjoyed it, Lyndon. Really enjoyed it. I think that, without getting too personal, we were able to touch on some very serious topics. Topics that a lot of people could relate to. The thing about it is that we will have to break some faith. And this is what I will say. There are a lot of topics that I would like to talk about. But automatically, people will be thinking that I am talking based on my personal experience. Some people may even go the distance to say that, hey, he is using the platform to try and make people believe X, Y, and Z. And should I remain silent on topics that even I don't have any experience with, but I may have knowledge due to my extensive research? So should I remain silent because of the few that want to use this information that I am presenting as a tool against me? And I think today that we were both able to sensibly put out a lot of information here that is going to be very useful for a lot of people. And I think from this moment onward, if I am moved to talk on a particular topic, I do so without any fear. I do so with great conviction that the information that I'm going to pass on to y'all is what I believe is right, is of substance, is of value, to be able to help people through a situation temporarily, or maybe even a permanent, a great change in your life. And I am not going to let a handful of mischief makers stop me on my life's journey. Every single thing that I have been through in this life, I have the ability, and I thank God for it, to be able to present it to people in a way that it's simple, it remains in your head, and I am not going to be sidetracked by naysayers. I am here to share my life experiences, my knowledge that I have been gathering for decades. I am going to share it with you all proudly and with a spirit of affirmation. So, Lyndon, thanks once again, boy, for. I know you let me your ears to it because I could talk loud here. But, brother, thank you. Man. It was really fantastic being in your home here. Tell Kimberly I really appreciate the the breakfast, the girls, and I will see you all again sometime very soon.
Yes, man. And remember the live that Lasana is having on Mother's Day. He will decide if it is that you want to have it here, where people could call in and shout out, maybe sing a song for their mommy or their auntie. So you could consider that too. You're invited if you like, right?
Right. So, definitely, I take you up on the offer.
Yeah, man. And I think it's important for you to, as I say, discuss freely. And you know, whether you choose to do it on a daily basis, you're a reasonably handsome fella, so if people could see you at least twice for the week talking, is that your experience that you're sharing?
Yeah.
You know? So anyway, a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, man. Thank you, right?
Yeah, man, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Alright, people, we out.